Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to TVCS Live's coverage of preseason soccer here. We've got the Belleview Rattlers taking on the Mount Dora Christian Academy Bulldogs. I'm Kyle Coppola alongside my broadcast partner, Cody Hills. We got Thomas Weather on the camera tonight, and our technical director is Marty Zero. Thanks for joining us. Our kickoff scheduled for 5:30 p.m. here as the team's getting ready to go here this evening. Mount Dora Christian Academy coming off of 15-4 season. It was a great year for them last season, and of course for Bellevue coming off an 8-12-2 season. A lot of changes for both these teams as I welcome my broadcast partner in, Cody Hills.
Yeah, good to be with you, Kyle. And start of a fresh new season, right? A couple preseason matchups, a doubleheader here on TVCS Live for you tonight. Of course, this opener here between Bellevue and MDCA, and then you see Crystal River and the hosts of Villages after that. But yeah, really excited to get a look at our first look, I should say, at both of these squads. You know, Bellevue and VHS are going to lock horns in a preseason matchup on Wednesday, so we'll get another look at the Rattlers. But MDCA, you talked about it last year, a really strong record, a program in itself that's really sort of set itself up as one of the top ones in the Lake County area. So, going to get our first look of the season at some really good soccer and a team that, as we know, even though it did lose some pieces from last year, a lot of depth on this MDCA team. Looking forward to seeing that here tonight.
Yeah, Clayton McDaniel was really excited about his girls this season. Not all of his girls scheduled to play here this evening. One player not scheduled to play is Katie Bailey. She was their lead goal scorer last season with 11 goals. So Katie Bailey taking a seat this evening. He's really excited about this season, though, as Coach McDaniel.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you be, right? You talked about just building on the momentum that they had a year ago with that really strong record. And honestly, I mean, the excitement's, you can feel it right in the air. A new season. This is kicking off our winter sports for us here on TVCS Live. Start of the fresh new season. Girls soccer getting ready to go. You know, our technical director Marty Zero kind of joked before we got this broadcast started that the soccer season's it's a whimsical one. You start, 80 degrees, 75 feels good, and then we're going to eventually hit some 30 degrees and rain. You know it's coming, even though it is the Sunshine State later in the year. So, but I think we're in for a really good soccer season. I think hopefully some really good broadcasts as well on this network. But excited to get this one going. And as we've talked about, I think MDCA a lot of depth, and then we can talk about Bellevue too. I mean, it's a program that's just trying to get itself up and going again. 5, 10, maybe 7, 10 years ago, it was a pretty good program out in the Marion County area. Now starting to get their way back going again. Just I believe you said 8 wins a year ago. So trying to find their footing, maybe claw back towards 500 this year, and see if they can kind of boost themselves going forward as well.
Should be a fun game. Thanks for joining us. A beautiful afternoon here at the Villages Charter High School as we are getting you set for Mount Dora Christian Academy playing against Bellevue. Pretty good team to go up against if you're Bellevue to start your season off. This Mount Dora Christian Academy team, again, they were 15-4 last season. So looking forward to great things out of them. It should be interesting to see what Mount Dora Christian Academy brings to the table too, because last year they had Maddie Tweedy, who's actually a senior this year. She was a junior last year, had 5 goals. And then you have Riley Conlon coming back as a junior. She wears number 6, so we'll be looking out for her today as we kick things off here at the Villages Charter High School, and the fall sports season is underway.
Right away, you're going to look for, I think Bellevue going to take a little bit more of a measured approach tonight. I think MDCA is going to be the aggressor, and right away a counter-attacking opportunity to get a steal here midfield and going the other way. I think we'll see MDCA really try to exploit the edges and use their speed to their advantage tonight.
Here's Conlon. She's defended here. Good defense there by Hannah Dean. And that one's going to go out of play, so it'll be a goal kick coming up here for Bellevue. Bellevue in the blue and gray kits here this evening. And then Mount Dora Christian Academy is in all whites. MDCA is the away team here at this neutral site game. Bellevue technically the home team. This is Lizzie Chavez. Bellevue missing some key pieces last year. Liz Hernandez scored 41 goals for Bellevue, and she graduated last year. So Bellevue going to be looking to fill the gaps here, Cody.
Yeah, a little bit. It's their first look at. It's their first look as well. Here is, shot go wide of the mark. Here will be a goal kick coming the other way from Mount Dora Christian. But yeah, it's their first opportunity, right? You've sat there in practice for a couple weeks now. You've had your off-season conditioning before that. Just trying to get a sense of kind of where you're going to be and how you're going to fill in those missing pieces. And right away, Bellevue making a substitution on the back line there. I'll get you that number for you in a second. The other number 00, we got 2 00s tonight on the Bellevue roster. It's Emily Sanchez Villamil checking in on that back line. But yeah, I think for Bellevue, just trying to see, obviously you lose a player such as that, a high potent goal scorer, you're going to try to fill in that gap as quick as possible this year and figure out the pieces you have in front of you.
Right, you are. Mount Dora Christian Academy comes down. They've got an opportunity. First one of the season. There's a collision down there, and that was between Haley Edwards. I'm trying to see who that other player was. I believe that might have been, is that Izzy Benvalente?
I think it was, yep.
Possibly. Benvenuto, excuse me. I'm trying to get the names right early on in the season. As we have a turnover here. Bellevue's going to get it back here, and Mount Dora Christian Academy takes it back. This is Abby Feld. Opportunity here for the Bulldogs. A shot in on net is handled by Bellevue.
Yeah, that save first of the night there made by Lila Dean. Take a look at our goalkeeper matchup here tonight. Lila Dean doing the honors for Bellevue, wearing orange, 00. She making her first career start. Kaylee Molinex was the primary starter a year ago, graduated on as a senior. So she's stepping in tonight. Lila Dean to your left currently here in the first half. And down on the right side in pink, wearing number 1, Emmy Bowman. She's a returning starter for Mount Dora Christian last year. Played 740 minutes, 17 games played a year ago as a sophomore. So a valuable experience coming back as a junior this year.
Brianna Brown was getting that in there for the Bulldogs and eventually had it taken away. Good defense by Bellevue. Center of the field right now. That's Ana Jimenez. Into the corner. It'll be the first corner kick of the game. A really good job there, won by Brianna Brown.
A good effort here early, I think, by both squads. You know, really trying to sort of establish themselves. And first game action, right? We talked about it. A lot of conditioning, a lot of off-season practice. First time against another opponent, someone who doesn't know the way that you want to play, the sets you want to run. It's really just your first test drive of the season to see the sets you call and see how they come out working.
Defense there by Bellevue. And one back there by Brown. Brown with a shot in. It's going to go out again, and another corner kick opportunity coming up for the Bulldogs. And taking the corner kick will be Riley Conlin, who had 8 goals last season. She was second on the team in goals. And Conlin will take this corner kick. It's a good ball in. Deflected and out of play. Believe that was deflected by a Bellevue player. So a third straight corner kick here for Conlin.
Yeah, good opportunity here to work on those set pieces. We talked about test driving your team early on, putting some miles on here from Mount Dora Christian. Another good corner ball there, deflected out. See, Bellevue will try to get a counterattack going the other way.
Dubkowski able to clear this one out for Bellevue. Ball played in the middle of the field, and now Bellevue trying to get the ball going over midfield. Only a second time in this game.
Yeah, their one attempt earlier, Kyle, just a few minutes ago, way off to the right side, and try to play this back towards the middle. A little shot over and in. How about that, Kyle?
How about that? That was a beautiful goal, and that's going to put Bellevue up 1-0 here. Mount Dora Christian Academy looks rattled after that one.
Good pun there against the Bellevue Rattlers. Goal scored by number 16. Well, we got 2 16s, Kyle. We knew we were going to run in this. Of course we would. Number 16 is Adriana Castro and or Stephanie Hernandez. We'll give a half a goal apiece right now on their roster to each of them until we figure out exactly who. But great pass there into the middle. Kind of cross it in, and the Bellevue just a good job right there in the middle, whether it be Castro or Hernandez. Was able to make a great play in the middle of the field and just kind of dink it over the goaltender's head, Emmy Bowman, for a 1-0 lead.
That'll be Bellevue ball once again. So Emmy Bowman not able to get the save there. Emmy Bowman was a pretty good goaltender last season. 82 saves for Emmy Bowman for Mount Dora Christian Academy. Wasn't challenged a whole lot last season, but when she was, she she was pretty on point. So early season jitters right there. It was well set up, though, by Bellevue.
Yeah, it was, and I want to say it was Lily Congleton there who might have centered that ball back towards the middle. Really just a good job of finding your player in space and let her take an opportunity. But yeah, going back to Emmy Bowman there, probably wants to have that one back because you'd like to see her maybe not become so anxious and kind of get back and have more control of her net there, and she'd easily be able to make a play on it. Good physical play there, and that's going to draw a whistle.
Yeah, that was a little too much from Ana Jimenez there, and down went Riley Conlin there. And I say, and I say that Emmy Bowman wasn't challenged a lot last year because the offense was really good last year. They didn't. The defense was really good too. They helped her out a lot last year. Only had to make 82 saves last season, and Mount Dora Christian Academy ended up going 15-4 last year.
Yeah, only 14 goals allowed in 19 games last year from Outdoor Christian. So a really good defensive effort. And yeah, they kept Emmy Bowman's net pretty clean throughout the majority of the year a year ago.
Should get an opportunity for a goal kick here, but you are, of course, with Mount Dora Christian Academy where they play, I believe it's a 1A or 2A. You've got the Rattlers here. They're going to be a little bit, I mean, of course, the Rattlers, the public school here as well.
Yeah, 5A Bellevue, 2A MDCA. You talk about some of the defensive prowess of this MDCA team. 10 shutouts a year ago. 10 shutout victories. So
Yeah, this is a team that again is they lost some players last season, but they're bringing most of the team back. Is Mount Dora Christian Academy, so they're gonna try to win the games they can win in Class 2A. The Rattlers coming out looking pretty good here as the sun peeks through the clouds for the first time in the game. Just about 10 minutes gone in the first half.
yeah, 12 different goal scorers a year ago for MDCA. Talking about the returning players for them, 10 of them back this year, of course, including their top three, and Bailey, Conlin, and Boudreaux. So a lot of good returning firepower for MDCA here setting up in this 2024-2025 season.
This will be a throw in here for the Bulldogs. Bella Gignat. And it's not the best throw in there, but opportunity here for Bellevue. And it's going to go out of play, so good job by Gignat to knock that out. It was played on there by Stephanie Hernandez. Goal kick here for Emmy Bowman. First of two games here tonight. Villages Charter High School playing later on this evening against Crystal River, so we'll get to see what the Villages has later on tonight. Very excited about that.
Yeah, see what Brian Roush can do here. Lost a couple players from a year ago. Oh, wow. Look at this little attempt
Stephanie,
here.
is that going to be in? It is. That's goal number 2 on the day. And was she offsides? No, they are going to wave this one off. And it appears that Adriana Castro was offsides. So no goal, and that'll be still 1-0 as you'll get a goal kick opportunity coming up here for Emmy Bowen.
Yeah, and then there's Natalia Valeda, number 1, tried to sneak in there on that far post and sort of deflected in off a thigh, but I think there's multiple players offsides there for Bellevue to negate that attempt. Getting her score adjusted here, back to a 1-0 game here, just 15 minutes or so in.
This one is a grounder here. A good opportunity for Jimenez. Jimenez is going to kick this one out, and it'll be another goal kick coming up here for Emmy Bowman.
Yeah, excited to see VHS. Excited to see Crystal River, too, a program out of Citrus County that, sort of a lot like Bellevue, is trying to make its way back. Again, they were, district champion a handful of years ago, but are now trying to find their way back up in the ranks. And VHS, yeah, I mean, we're obviously very familiar with Coach Brian Roush and his program and the good work that assistant Austin Downey does, and seemingly year after year, a little bit tougher draw this year and district competition, but excited to see get our first look at them here this evening.
You mentioned Crystal River, the football team on the trying to get on the mend as well. They played the Villages pretty good a couple of weeks ago. Villages ended up winning that one 35-14, but
Well, that's a community too, Kyle, that as we know, really devastated by Hurricane Helene and some of the flooding that came through there. And as we came through there about a week or so after that storm for that football game, it was really tough to see some of the devastation around there, and a lot more than just athletics on the minds of some of those student athletes. Even today, still dealing with some of that. So
took a drive down to Tampa to the Buccaneers game and took the back roads, and man, Zephyr Hills got hit strong. Just all the towns down there. I mean, there was a lot of devastation. Flooding has been a real problem, especially in Sumter County, South Sumter County. It's still very prevalent. So our thoughts and prayers are with everybody down there who's affected by that.
see a first look here at a Bellevue corner here, Kyle, and trying to get a number here and see who's doing the honors.
There'll be a corner here. Good opportunity in front of the net, and it'll be cleared away by Mount Dora Christian Academy. I believe that was Maria Chavez taking that corner potentially. And this is Mount Dora Christian Academy on the move again. Abby Feld. And it's going to go out of play. Try to see if they ruled that a Bellevue throw-in. They did. Free kicked for Bellevue.
Yeah, foul there in MDCA. We've seen them been pretty aggressive at the point of attack here. Definitely a little bit more of a measured approach by Bellevue. MDCA trying to maybe use some of that depth. 21 players on this roster, of course, as you said. Head coach alluded to not maybe using the entire roster here tonight and let some of that depth play its way on through. A lot of substitutions here early. Officials a little bit more lax during the preseason as well. Going to allow for some substitutions at free will here.
Yeah, Haley Edwards in there as well for Mount Dora Christian Academy. Really good forward they have there. And ball in the midfield. Bellevue going to push this one forward. Opportunity for Bellevue. Dubkowski. And in the middle played well. Oh, you got to get on that ball, though. And now an opportunity here for the Rattlers coming up. This is Lily Conglington, and a good save there by Emmy Bowman.
Yeah, I thought maybe Lily Congleton could have maybe looked to her left there. She had 2-on-1 coming the other way. Just not able to see her teammates, but not a bad shot attempt either. Just didn't quite get the angle or enough on it.
Edwards. And now pushed forward by the Rattlers again, who have sustained control of this game. Oh, nearly had Hernandez open there. And a whistle and a stoppage. So it'll be a free kick awarded to the Bulldogs here, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, see if the goalie here, Emmy Bowman, takes it.
Emmy Bowman again coming off of an 82 save season last year for Emmy Bowman. Also out there you got Lana Boudreau, one of the defenders for Mount Dora Christian Academy. Boudreau coming back here as a sophomore this year, was a freshman last year.
Yeah, that's a really solid season there by Bowman. You break down some of the numbers. I know we talked on it a little bit earlier, but averaging about 5 saves a game, and you mentioned having 10 shutout victories a year ago. I mean, really a solid year all around, especially as just a sophomore a year ago, now a junior. All right, maybe didn't have the first goal allowed of the season that she wanted. It's just preseason. Maybe wanted to have that one back, but really solid year a year ago. See if she can build on it this year.
Conlon will try to move this up for Mount Dora Christian Academy.
What a run here, Kyle.
Yeah, finding a lane here is Feld. Abby Feld is looking for Edwards, but Edwards was offsides.
Yeah, she was offsides, and a really good play as well by Lila Dean to come out and aggressively play that ball.
I think it's good for the preseason too to know where your bearings are as well out there. Of course, this is the first game of the 20. Oh man, we have a terrible collision down there between two players. Looks like they're okay. They get up. One of those players was Raylan Richardson. That's a backup goaltender.
And Ana Jimenez for Bellevue going at it. Shake off the preseason cobwebs a little bit with some physical play there.
Right, you are, Cody. Lana Boudreau pushes this one forward, and now steal in the middle of the field here. And here's Edwards, nearly was able to get on top of that. Conlon trying to chase it down, and it's going to be pushed out of bounds here. That was Hannah Dean on the coverage.
Yeah, Hannah Dean actually played some goalkeeper a little bit a year ago. She has some goalkeeping statistics kept by Bellevue, but it's like Lila Dean stepping in.
There's Hannah Dean. This one's Conlon in front. Oh, nearly had an opportunity right there for Abby Feld. Wasn't able to capitalize on it, but Mount Dora Christian Academy still trying to keep this one in the attacking zone, and now pushing it out is Conlington.
Conlington, really good through ball attempt, just couldn't quite get it past that back line of defense from MDCA, but now a turnover coming back the other way. Been kind of surprised with how careless the Bulldogs have been. Certainly judging by their season a year ago, ball control, something one would assume they were pretty strong in, especially with how well they played defensively a year ago, but struggling here early to retain possession.
Here's Edwards in the center of the field, and Outdoor Christian Academy still in the attacking zone here. Try to get over to Edwards again. It's Cardoso. Out of play, and it'll be a Mount Dora Christian. Got to be a Bellevue throw in.
Well, Kyle, you just talked about having your bearings straight in the post or the preseason here. And right there, that play was a pretty good instance of the actual physical bearings. I think a couple players there thought that ball was going to go out, and it rested on the field of play. We'll get our water break here, but tell you what, it just is kind of assess here the first 20-plus minutes that we've had here in this one, first 23 minutes or so. I think good action here both ways, right? Bellevue in that early goal, maybe one that Emmy Bowman would like to have back in net for MDCA, but MDCA a couple chances, 3 or 4 corner kicks right away here early within the first 15 minutes, and Bellevue with a 1-0 lead here early.
So we get the water break. We're halfway through half number 1 here, with Bellevue leading Mount Dora Christian Academy 1-0. Tonight's game sponsored to you by Arden's Fine Jewelers. Arden's Fine Jewelers is the perfect place to find a jewelry item at 1050 Canal Street at Lake Sumter Landing in the Villages. Want to thank Arden's Fine Jewelers for everything they provide to us all season long, making these broadcasts possible. I'm Kyle Coppola alongside my broadcast partner Cody Hills, and we're privileged to be bringing you a preseason action here on TVCS Live. Hope you're enjoying it. We got a pretty good battle going on between Mount Dora Christian Academy and Bellevue going on. 15-4. Mount Dora Christian Academy last year made the FHSAA playoffs in Class 2A. Made an early exit, but overall it was a pretty successful season for them. 15-4 on the year.
Yeah, not bad by any stretch of the imagination when you're winning a whole lot more than you're losing. Season coming to an end to Christ Church Academy in the regional tournament, but tell you what, just a really good in the Class 2A regional tournament, I should say. So, really good season by MDCA, and Kyle, I know you spend a little bit of time over there covering them with your day job. It's a really good athletics program over there at MDCA, and quite a few sports. Certainly, year in and year out, they're up near the top in the upper echelon of each of those sports.
Yeah, I talked to Megan Ziegelhofer a lot, the athletic director over there, and they just sent one of their largest classes off to play college sports at the next level. I think they sent about 18, 19 athletes last year to play at the next level, so really exciting things there, and they've sustained that the last couple of years. They've got some athletes across a lot of them end up going to JUCOs too to start off. We get a couple of D1 athletes. There's one on University of Central Florida's football team right now. An opportunity here. For Mount Dora Christian Academy, a shot in on net is going to be just wide. Conlon trying to chase this one down. That was an excellent job by Brianna Brown, who's an exciting junior that Mount Dora Christian Academy is going to rely on this season.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit more delicacy on that touch, and she might have found the back of the net there, because I think Lila Dean, goalkeeper for Bellevue, sort of got off her angle a little bit there. Wasn't quite where she wanted to be. See MDCA here. You're going to get a throw in here down near the corner, see what they can conjure up. But, yeah, good attack there by MDCA coming out of the water break.
The thing about MDCA, too, is they have some terrific scholars at this program as well. Of course, the athletics, a big part of Mount Dora Christian Academy, but they have some incredible students at that program. As we get a turnover here for Bellevue. Another throw in here, and Edwards, it's out again, and this is going to be tipped. They're going to say that was a tip off of the hand there of Bellevue's Dubkowski, and that will turn the ball over here for Mount Dora Christian Academy's Richardson. Raylan Richardson throws this one in. Out of play, and it'll be kept the Rattlers' way. We're halfway through this first half here, Cody. What have you liked so far?
Well, both teams have had some opportunities, right? Of course, just the one goal up on the board for Bellevue. But I think both teams probably pretty satisfied with the first half of their preseason opener to date. I mean, I think both squads would maybe like to finish a little bit better. Both teams have had chances that they could have added on to their respective sides of the board, but overall, not a bad first half.
Look out here. Hernandez had an opportunity. It's going to be kicked out. Good defense there by Serenity Jordan Bell, who comes back for her junior year. Jordan Bell, part of this team last year. And now a corner kick opportunity coming up here. Here's Dean. Good defense there by Edwards.
Yeah, Edwards came streaking in out of nowhere to knock that ball away and disrupt the short pass attempt out of the corner.
Opportunity in front of the net here.
Good pass.
Still kept in.
Tatiana Dubkowski crossing that in. And a whistle here, and I believe a little bit too much contact here, and I think that was Ana Jimenez whistled for it. So wasted opportunity there for Bellevue after some little bit of an energetic push there offensively. Just not able to get the benefit of the physical play there and keep that thing in motion.
Right you are, Cody. We've got Mount Dora Christian Academy with it. Just under 14 minutes to go here in the first half as a player goes down there. Kicked out of bounds by Bellevue, so it'll be Mount Dora Christian Academy ball.
Yeah, Abigail Feld with some physical play there for Mount Dora Christian, and again, she's on it, kicks it out. Have a throw in here. Sorry, Kyle. I love the play like that, a throw towards the net. There's a shot. Look out in the parking lot, but there's a good shot. I love the throw in there by Abigail Feld. I love anything going towards the net on a throw, right? Just get the mass of humanity down there. Get people down. You never know if you get a lucky bounce, a deflection, whatever it is, and before you know it, you've got a golden opportunity on your foot. I love just dictating that action and getting something going towards the net rather than playing with your back towards the net off a throw-in.
Abigail Feld is a freshman on this team, one of a few freshmen. They've got a couple of middle schoolers, 2 middle schoolers on the team.
Yeah, I noticed a 7th and an 8th grader on the roster provided to us, and like you said in our opening, head coach Clayton McDaniel, we're probably going to see some of that youth here tonight.
There's a header to the right, and nearly had goal number 2 there, did the Rattlers.
That was such an interesting header attempt, too, and she's going to get a high five there. That was number 5, Lily Congleton. She got a high five for number 13, Carissa Robert there, because That to me looked kind of being a hockey. It looked like a hockey deflection. She didn't really jump or hit it with her head. She kind of just sort of let it deflect off of her head. Tried to angle it in. Didn't quite have the geometry right. Now here's another opportunity for Bellevue coming the other way. Believe
Come
that's
the Rattlers again. This is Conglington in front of the net. Defended here by Boudreau. It'll go out of play. It'll be a corner kick coming up here for the Rattlers once again.
Yeah, I really thought Layla Gore might have been offsides there. I thought she was running ahead of her defender there as that pass came in, but the official running with the play saw it otherwise.
Corner kick here for the Rattlers. Excellent opportunity in front of the net, and it's just kicked wide. That was Ana Jimenez who got her leg on it, but just went wide. She's kicking herself for that. But it looked like it got deflected, so another corner kick coming up here.
Well, I think originally they were going to give it there, and then Raylan Richardson tried to plead her case a little bit for Mount Dora Christian, and the other official on the other side confirmed that it should be a goal kick here.
And so it is. Emmy Bowman's been taking most of the goal kicks, but she'll see this opportunity.
That was a really good look there out of that play, though. Congleton had her shot coming in off the initial attempt, and then, as you said, Jimenez. I feel like we've mentioned Ana Jimenez's name a couple times now. She had the one goal disallowed in an offsides earlier, but she's been around the front of that net here. She can be due for one here soon if she keeps up that effort and intensity.
Yeah, you're certainly right. About 10 minutes to go here in the first half. Bellevue has controlled most of the game. Outdoor Christian Academy holding strong defensively so far. They've had a few opportunities offensively. Haven't been able to capitalize on any of those yet, but still only a 1-0 game.
Yeah, haven't quite done the rubber band effect, right? The counter-attacking I thought they would, where they'd be able to take some missed opportunities down on this end. We're going to get a throw going the other way. I believe the player stepped over the line on her throw-in, so Bellevue's going to come back this way with it. But just MDCA, not quite the counter-attacking push that I thought early and that we saw at times a year ago with their defensive effort. Now here's one a little bit, but again, thwarted by Bellevue. Bellevue doing a good job of being aggressive and just picking their spots, a little bit more of a measured approach as to when they get aggressive defensively.
Again, Mount Dora Christian Academy without Katie Bailey here this evening. Katie Bailey, a heck of a athlete here for Mount Dora Christian Academy. I mean, she's a weightlifter. She does soccer. She's one of the top softball players, actually, in Lake County. So quite the athlete that they have, and she'll get to see opportunities later on this season. But getting the opportunity to watch the first game of the season, and sometimes that's a really good thing for you.
It is. And maybe, just maybe, she's got her phone out there watching on TVCS Live, Kyle. We could hope. But I tell you what, yeah, she's a heck of a player, and to make an impact later in the year for her team. And I know head coach Clayton McDaniel kind of joked with you a little bit that sit her out tonight, but maybe some tricks up their sleeve. He said maybe later this year, I believe is the word he told you, the phrase he told you, just kind of what they've got playing going forward. But I tell you what, just a really good, I think a really good program that Coach McDaniel's got over there, and see if they can come back here at the end of this first half, maybe even this up.
He's a heck of a guy too. He coaches both the women's soccer and the boys soccer, so he pulls double duty over there. He's a heck of a coach.
Good effort there individually by Layla Gore there to get that out. MDCA, quite a few times tonight we've seen this go ahead and just dump the ball off. I don't know, out of bounds. I just don't know if they don't really want to quite want to run early in the season with Bellevue, or they just want to just take things a little more measured. And again, right there, I mean, that's an easy ball that is that Serenity Jordan Bell could easily play there, but instead choosing to kick it out. Bellevue going to throw it right back in.
I think the game against Crystal River will be much more up Mount Dora Christian Academy's alley, but obviously you got a 2A school going up against a 5A school, so a couple classes above them, of course, but they're holding their own so far here, Cody.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Got to be happy with your effort here so far. if you're Mount Dora Christian Academy. Of course, this is not going to count towards the season, but defense has looked fair. There's a hole, and the announcer's curse. There's a shot in on net. Emmy Bowman going to take this. I was just going to say their defense has held strong here ever since letting the first goal in. They looked a little rattled early on, but they played pretty good in this first half.
And right there, once again, Tatiana Dobkowski just not able to, again, maybe the play there is to cross it towards the middle of the field there. You had, I think, 3-on-2 or 2-on-1 there in the middle, but again, it was another odd man rush coming right up the middle, and seen Bellevue had some success when they are able to cross it over. Instead, just not able to complete that. Get a whistle here and go back the other way with it.
It's an infraction there from Mount Dora Christian Academy. That was Raylan Richardson with the throw in. And if that's onside, no, it's going to be offsides right there on the Bellevue player. I believe that was offsides on Valeda.
Talk about your bearings, getting those straight, but the timing too, right? I mean, trying some of those through balls and trying to get them downfield and just sort of time it up as you're making your run. That's something maybe come towards the end of January, early February, this team probably has a little bit more down pat, but Halloween week still trying to get all the bugs worked out on some of the timing issues.
Just under 6 minutes to go in the first half. Bellevue with a 1-0 lead. Kyle Copel alongside Cody Hills bringing you the action here this evening. First action for either of these teams this season as the ball is going to go out of play here. Mount Dora Christian Academy will have an opportunity, one of the rare opportunities in this first half. Going to try to make the most of it. It'll be taken here by Raylan Richardson.
It'd be huge if MDCA can just get a shot on net here. I think they only have the one so far. I'd like to see them maybe get another one, get some offensive momentum generated here before the half, something to build on as you go in and chat things out in the intermission. But we do know about that depth and about the returning scores they have. I mentioned 12 goal scorers a year ago as they turn it over again, but 12 goal scorers a year ago, 10 of them back, including their top 3 from a year ago. So see if they can find something here as creep under 5 minutes to play here in this first half.
And Dean will throw it in here for the Rattlers. Taken by Edwards.
Good move by Edwards there to get back towards the middle of the field, see if she can play a ball up to a teammate.
She's a very strong athlete. Plays forward and midfield and really can play all over the field, does Edwards.
Well, yeah, and we saw her get back really good defensively a couple times too and sort of sneak attack her way back towards the ball and was able to get to it as this one just played out.
She doesn't, not known for scoring a ton of goals during last season, but she was a heck of an athlete and just played all over the field wherever they needed her. They put her, and she helped them out immensely last season.
She goes again, taking a ball to the sidelines, can be deflected out.
Now a throw in here for the Rattlers, under 4 minutes to go in half number 1 here of the first of 2 doubleheaders. You got Bellevue playing MDCA right now, Mount Dora Christian Academy, and then we got Crystal River and the Villages coming up at 7 o'clock. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kyle Coppola alongside Cody Hills. You're watching TVCS Live. And we have an offsides call. So that'll be a turnover to Mount Dora Christian Academy.
I think Bellevue could very easily be up 3 or 4-0 right now at the rate that they are getting some really good runs. If they could just stay on side. Have some issues there, some of the timing here early on, but really impressed so far with just the way that they're at least being the aggressor here a little bit when the ball gets on plus side of the field for them.
We got a tackle on the far side of the field, and that'll be Bellevue ball here. Under 3 minutes to go now. A free kick opportunity coming up. Edwards will take this in the middle of the field. We'll see if Mount Dora Christian. Here comes Edwards. Edwards looking for Conlon and just overshot Conlon right there. Dean is going to have to be forced to push this one out of play, but good opportunity for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, really good give and go there with Edwards getting downfield. Just couldn't quite link up with Conlon there.
throw in. They tried to find Conlon, but this one's going to go out of play. And a goal kick coming up here.
Really good job defensively there by Bellevue. Two different players could have touched that, but good awareness to know that ball was going out. And they can get a goal kick here and let some more time tick away as we approach the 2-minute mark here in this first half, and get a goal kick here by Lila Dean.
Skylar Colas in there as well for Mount Dora Christian Academy. Skylar Colas, a fantastic pitcher for Mount Dora Christian Academy for the softball team. Also plays soccer here. A lot of these girls are dual sport athletes, but Skylar Colas in there at the forward position. So interested to see what she can bring to the table. That's going to be onside here, and Emmy Bowman's going to come out and kick this one. Good job by Bowman.
Yeah, because she doesn't come out and play that aggressively. Tatiana Dobkowski's going probably unabated to the goal, and she's going to regain possession here out of this little scrum. Good pass up ahead.
And so Colas, she started last year as a 7th grader. She was the starter for the high school varsity softball team. So how about that, Cody? Yeah, you got some young athletes here from Mount Dora Christian Academy, but they make the most of it.
Hey, you mentioned, a couple middle schoolers on this team, some freshmen. There's some youth here for Coach Clayton McDaniel. So that's how you build a competitive program, right? You had the success that you did a year ago. You hope to carry it over because you have 10 of your 12 goal scorers back this year. So hopefully some of that returning experience pays off, and then you let some of these youngsters get involved and see what it takes and become part of a winning program. Before you know it, you're turning this thing over year after year. So that's how you get a good, strong program at play when it comes to girls soccer at Mount Dora Christian.
Of course, you got Katie Bailey not playing right now, but between Skylar Colas and Katie Bailey, you've got some incredible talent here out on the field that you're going to have this year, as well as the softball field later this season. Katie Bailey is the daughter of James Bailey, who is the coach of the softball team, also the niece of former Coach Bailey, who passed away a couple of years ago. She's a fantastic coach in the area. As we reach halftime, and Bellevue with a 1-0 lead. Your thoughts in the first half here?
Yeah, pretty well played. I mean, for a preseason opener, not too shabby. I certainly like to see maybe a little bit more converted attempts from both sides. I think both coaches would agree with that. But overall, 1-0, pretty clean first half. Take a 10-minute intermission here and come back for half number 2, Kyle.
Bellevue up 1-0. We'll take a break here on TVCS Live. The first of 2 doubleheaders here today. You have Bellevue up 1-0 against Mount Dora Christian Academy. Later on this evening at 7 o'clock, we're going to have the Villages playing against Crystal River. The first time we're going to get to see the Villages Charter High School girls team this season. So that's going to be very exciting. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to take a short intermission, and we will be back with half number 2 here between Bellevue and Mount Dora Christian Academy. I'm Kyle Coppola alongside my broadcast partner, Cody Hills. We'll see you in a little bit.
Alliant Dermatology is a total care dermatology clinic specializing in skin care diagnosis and treatments, like Mohs surgery, blue light, and vein therapies. We are one of only 2 locations specializing in superficial electron therapies. Our staff is comprised of caring, experienced professionals who are here to help when life throws you a curveball. So don't go it alone. Come see us at Alliant Dermatology.
At Citizens First Bank, we believe in supporting our community and investing in the future of our students. That's why we created the Buffalo Charity Checking Account.
I'm Trey Mann, former basketball player at the Villages High School, currently in the NBA playing for the Charlotte Hornets. I'm proud to support our students with Citizens First Bank's Buffalo Charity Checking Account. Join me in making a difference today.
If you're looking for that special place to call home and become part of a community where neighbors are more like family, we invite you to discover Middleton, a family-friendly community conveniently located surrounding the state-of-the-art, newly expanded campus of the Villages Charter School, and the up-and-coming Middleton downtown featuring all your daily conveniences. To learn more about Middleton and the wide variety of homes, we encourage you to come visit Middleton.
A great place to call home.
No problem. We got you covered.
I should share this with Gladys.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe she posted that.
I'm the Crushinator. Crush the candies.
I thought those were huge. That is huge.
Mike Scott Plumbing, keeping you connected one flush at a time.
Romac Building Supply is a proud Platinum Bison sponsor and a supporter of the Villages Charter High School Construction Academy. The Construction Academy, in partnership with Habitat for Humanity of Lake Sumter and local village construction partners, have been constructing homes for well-deserving families for more than 5 years. This innovative housing program of hands-on learning and community service was first in the state of Florida and has already produced future entrepreneurs. The students of the Construction Academy are literally building a better community. Romac Building Supply is a proud sponsor of construction education.
Nationally recognized Salon J. Lee, celebrating 35 years of style and beauty, where highly trained stylists perform the latest cutting techniques, current trends, and advanced treatments, offering a wide range of professional hair care, skin care, makeup, body care, home fragrances, and unique boutique items. Salon J. Lee, dare to be fabulous. Proudly serving the residents of the Villages community with 3 convenient locations, including our newest location in Magnolia Plaza.
And we're back here on TVCS Live. Thanks for joining us on Facebook and TVCS Live, wherever you're joining us from. I'm Kyle Coppola, alongside my broadcast partner, Cody Hills. We've got Thomas Weather on the camera tonight, and Marty Zero, our technical director. Bellevue leading this preseason contest 1-0 here at the Villages Charter High School. The first of two double headers here at the Villages. Of course, we got the Villages girls team coming up later on at 7 o'clock, and they'll be going up against Crystal River. That'll be a fun one coming your way later on this evening. But right now, the Rattlers up 1-0, and Bellevue looked pretty good in that first half, but you got to give it up for Mount Dora Christian Academy defensively. They sort of, they played pretty well in that first half, Cody.
Yeah, they weathered the storm a couple times there. Bellevue had a handful of opportunities, 3 or 4 that were whistled offsides, including one goal that was disallowed. Would have put them up 2-0. I think MDCA doing a good job at sort of just withstanding that, as I said, and now see if they can get something going offensively. They've struggled to just retain possession tonight. We've seen a lot of this right here, turnover, and Bellevue going the other way. We're going to see a foul here whistled, and I think Bellevue is going to get themselves a free kick opportunity from the 20-yard line on the football field, 30 yards out from the goal.
That was Jade Cardoso on the coverage there, and it's going to be a free kick opportunity coming up here for the Rattlers. This is going to be Lily Conglington who will take the free kick. Excellent opportunity early on here for the Rattlers. This is a good one in, and it's defended. Conglington still with the ball. Makes a move in the middle of the field. Nearly was able to, and she still has it. Conglington trying to find it in front of the net. That was Ava Jimenez, and we get a whistle and a stoppage of play.
Yeah, offsides there, but yeah, I'm with you. I'd like to see Lily Congleton go ahead and take that a little bit more. She kept, twice she got that ball back with, 8, 10, 12 feet in front of her. Go ahead and push the envelope a little bit, get a little bit closer to the net so you can get a shot on goal. Just looking for her teammates here in the preseason opener, and that's fine. You don't want to take out the good passing, innate passing ability or the desire to pass out of a player, but you'd love to also see her maybe go ahead and step up and try to blast one towards the net there.
This one's going to be played out of bounds, and you throw in here for the Bulldogs on the plus side of the field. See if the Bulldogs can get anything offensively going. They had a few opportunities in the first half, but nothing really on net. This is played here by Hannah Dean. Hannah Dean having a pretty good game defensively so far. And now an opportunity for the Rattlers, who are pushing the envelope here.
Stopkowski again on that far side. I believe Kyle making that run on that right side.
Look at Dobkowski even going to get a shot off, and it's going to be out of bounds and out of play. I mean, Bowman not challenged there, but Dobkowski been playing a pretty good game as well. That's a player they're going to be wanting to rely on this season.
Yeah, a couple times we've seen her do that exact play right there, getting ahead of the far wing of the defense and sort of finding her way up through, and then it's a decision of pass or shoot from the angle. She chooses the shot there and just wide.
Good defense by Serenity Jordan Bell. Bellevue keeps this one in. This is an opportunity for Dobkowski. Good save by Emmy Bowman, and keeps this one at a one-score game. It's going to be dribbled out of bounds. It'll be Rattler ball.
Oh, big-time save there by Emmy Bowman to keep this a one-goal game here in this preseason affair, because Dobkowski had some heat coming off her right foot there as she blasted that one towards the net. Whistle here.
Just joining us, MDCA coming off of a 15-4 season. Bellevue finished 8-12-2 last year. Mount Dora Christian Academy, part of the Class 2A in the Florida High School Athletic Association. Bellevue, a Class 5A school. Oh, that's a nice move there by Ana Jimenez.
MDCA a little bit of unsure on their own back end to see if they do what they've done most of the night and kick it out, and they do. They are, when in doubt, kick it out. The strategy fully on display by MDCA here tonight. Bellevue will take a throw.
Maria Chavez with the throw.
And she stepped across that line again. Third time tonight we've seen Chavez do that. Yeah, preseason for them, right? Trying to get all these bugs worked out, and certainly some here early. The officials not in preseason mode. They are on it here tonight.
Yeah, they certainly are. Officials for tonight, Matt Knowles, the head official. Knowles standing down right there, has his arm up. There's Matt.
Matt Knowles, our announcer, local USL 2 squad, Brave SC, the PA announcer for them, and I'm just going to call it. I mean, he is one of the more energetic folks that you will meet in the sport of soccer, that's for sure.
100%. Anytime you go to a USL 2 league game and Matt Knowles is your public address announcer, you're going to have a good time.
And he's on it here, too. Look at the calls left and right, Matt. Let this thing get a little choppy here. I'm with it, though. You got to get these girls right here early in the season because we've talked about it. I mean, this sets the tone for your season, right? Both teams are going to get one more preseason game later this week. We'll see Bellevue back to us here on Wednesday night. But I'll tell you what, just having the opportunity to get in game action so valuable for both of these coaching staffs, both of these teams. And look at this run here coming the other way.
This is Abby Feld with an opportunity. She's going to get a shot in on net. It's defended by Bellevue.
Yeah, and I thought that one deflected off the arm there.
Skylar Colas trying to keep this one in. Defended again. Here's Conlon trying to keep it in here for the Bulldogs, and the Bulldogs will send it back here. Conlon again. And here's Colas. Bellevue finally able to, still kept in here by MDCA and finally cleared away by the Rattlers. Colas, and now
good move to
Conlon.
Take this wide here, Kyle. I like it, but just not a lot of help there. And I think it's going to go out for a corner.
It is going to be a corner. So Conlon winning a corner for MDCA. So an opportunity here for the Bulldogs, who are holding tight here. They've been down 1-0 for a long period of time, and Bellevue has threatened a couple of times in this second half, but now an excellent opportunity here for Riley Conlon, who will take the corner kick here for MDCA.
Conlon going to do the duties here.
Conlon coming off of an 8-goal season last year for Mount Dora Christian Academy. Here she is in front of the net and nearly able to get on top of that one was Haley Edwards, but it just goes a little high. But had she have gotten her foot on that, that could have been a goal right there.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kyle, if this was Friday night and these lights were on, that's 3 points on a field goal there for Haley Edwards. That one off the crossbar and through the uprights, but different kind of football here tonight at the range at H.G. Moore Stadium.
Oh, look out here. That's a good effort there by Abby Feld, and I've been very impressed by Abby Feld here tonight. Of course, Abigail Feld, the freshman coming in here for Mount Dora Christian Academy, but making an impact statement here, Cody.
Yeah, we've seen her on the opposite end back in that first half. A couple really good runs and a couple good give and goes there with that aforementioned Haley Edwards.
This one's going to be played in the center of the field. And a handball called against Mount Dora Christian Academy, so a free kick opportunity for Bellevue.
They're going to want to get it and go here.
Bellevue pushing the ball forward. That's going to go out of play. And they're going to say this is Bellevue ball. No, they're going to say this is Mount Dora Christian Academy ball. Looks like that bounced off of a Rattler player. And so here you have Raylan Richardson. Again, she's the backup goaltender for Mount Dora Christian Academy. Played some goal behind Emmy Bowman last season. Richardson, a pretty versatile player, and makes a mistake here on the throw-in. And that's going to go the Rattlers' way. We haven't, oh man, she wasn't even out of bounds when she threw that one in, so that's going to be a turnover to Mount Dora Christian Academy.
Yeah, I believe that's 4 on Bellevue, throw-in infraction. So certainly preseason issues there on the throws for Bellevue. See if they can get that sorted out before we see him again on Wednesday.
Here comes Conlon. Just chased down. Conlon makes a move. Still with the ball. Look at Conlon. Richardson is going to get this one taken away in the center of the field by Stephanie Hernandez. Tough play there by Jade Cordoso, the midfielder from Mount Dora Christian Academy. One here by Conlon. And it's going to go out of play. A lot of these teams play on natural grass fields as well. Bellevue plays, of course, on natural grass, but a lot of lines on this field here at the Villages Charter High School. So
yeah, got the artificial surface here and the soccer lines painted on it naturally as it is. A little bit darker gray. Some of those soccer lines, of course, traditional football in the traditional white paint there, but you kind of mentioned earlier, just getting your parameters squared away as a player, kind of getting a feel of some of the game space and how quickly that space can expand and then shrink in game action as well when you start to get a defender in your area.
Mount Dora Christian Academy, until a couple of years ago, they were actually the only school in Lake or Sumter County to have an artificial turf field that they play on. And then you've got South Sumter that installed theirs 2 years ago, along with this brand new facility here at the H.G. Morse Range. Now up to 3 schools that have them in Lake and Sumter County. 2 in Sumter County, 1 in Lake. Emmy Bowman coming out, and she'll cover that ball up. 24 minutes to go in the game. Bellevue still with a 1-0 lead.
I've seen Bowman be aggressive like that a few times tonight now, and goes out and gets that one. Just sometimes as a goalkeeper, it's just easier to thwart the danger yourself. How about that punt there? 45 yards in the air.
It's a good kick there. Gave Mount Dora Christian Academy an opportunity. One thing with the artificial turf, I will say, is the ball moves a lot faster. It does not slow down when you kick it, so the ball pretty much just goes out of bounds when you kick it if you can't get to it.
Yeah, pretty true rolls and bounces on this surface. And we joked earlier about the weather, and later in the season when it cools off, get some precipitation, some nightly showers that we so often see during the winter months here in Florida at nighttime. Not a whole lot of slowdown with that ball on this surface in the rain compared to natural grass, and certainly don't have to worry about mud or anything of that nature. I'm sure the folks washing the uniforms are happy.
There's a shot in on net, a save. It was an excellent opportunity for Mount Dora Christian Academy. Nearly tied the game there, and a save made by Lila Dean.
Yeah, her second save of the night, I believe, Kyle, and a good one there as she had a full extend dive to her right. The camera's left, and was able to just get her right mid on it and deflect that one out. We'll see a corner kick here coming for MDCA.
Big opportunity here for the Bulldogs. It has been all Bulldogs in this second half so far. I mean, Bellevue's had a couple of opportunities, but here we go in front of the net nearly again, and it's going to be chased down here by Mount Dora Christian Academy, and that'll go for a throw-in for Bellevue.
Yeah, Kyle. Abigail Feld's corner just coming right through the wash there without hitting anybody.
Right you are. That's Boudreau playing it. Boudreau has moved up, actually, for Mount Dora Christian Academy. I believe she's playing midfield now for them. Saw her took the corner kick as well. Here's Richardson. Richardson looking in the center of the field. You're going to have an opportunity here for the Bulldogs again.
I'll tell you what, number 14, Ana Jimenez, maybe the smallest player on the field for Bellevue or either squad tonight, but she is a feisty one there, not afraid of any physicality in the middle of that field.
Right you are. We got a whistle here, and Riley Conlon is going to take a free kick opportunity here. An excellent opportunity for Mount Dora Christian Academy to try to get on the board here with just about 20 minutes remaining in this contest.
Yeah, just a little over 20 yards out here from this goal mouth area. She's going to come in with a left-footed boot here and try to put this one close.
8 goals last season for Conlon, looking for her first of the season, and this one's going to curve just off to the left side of the goalpost, and it'll be a goal kick coming up here for Lila Dean.
Yeah, and just obviously she went for the shot there on the left, but if she had maybe tried to cross that back to the right, Haley Edwards just coming in unabated to the goal. That was maybe a pass situation instead of a shot going across the way. Might have had an opportunity, maybe like an opportunity here.
Tackle inside the box, but they're going to whistle that out of play. And so a throw in here from Richardson. Mount Dora Christian Academy threatening. Edwards kicked that one back. Nobody there for the, oh, there is somebody there. There's Richardson coming in there out of picture. This one booted out of play. It'll be Radler's ball.
Yeah, and then a play like that, Kyle, that you just talked about, where a player is coming in out of nowhere on the picture, I think maybe later in the season, that's a little bit better time, a little bit better executed, and it's off and running for MDCA right now. Just a little bit of preseason, first time playing in a game situation type situation here for this squad, and timing just a little bit off.
Halfway through the second half, 19 minutes remaining in this game. Mount Dora Christian Academy down 1-0 against Bellevue, but threatening. I'm Kyle Copel alongside Cody Hills, bringing you the action. Thanks for joining us here this evening. This is going to be a free kick by Abby Feld. It's a good one in there. And we get a stoppage of play before the free kick.
Yeah, and I think Bellevue dodged a bullet there because Emily Sanchez Villamil, she hit that ball with her forearm. She kind of went ahead and just deflected it down. But the whistle before negates it.
Okay, Abby Feld again as another good one in there. It's just going to be off to the right, though. But good opportunity by Abigail Feld. Again, a freshman player here for Mount Dora Christian Academy who's very much impressed us so far in this game. And now Feld almost was able to get that free kick there for Mount Dora Christian Academy. They have been threatening. Richardson trying to win the ball back. Ball now in the middle of the field. Bellevue now with a little bit of an advantage. That's Bellevue, or Boudreau playing that in the middle of the field.
Good to see a little bit of a pushback from the Rattlers because the majority of the second half been played down to our right, MDCA offensive territory. And we're going to go that way again here on the counter.
Here's Edwards. Edwards. Oof. I'm not sure what was going on there, but Bellevue able to win the ball back. Big time turnover here for the Rattlers, and now they have numbers.
Oh, what a pass into the middle here.
Hernandez taking the shot is going to go just off to the left, and Emmy Bowman will have a throw-in opportunity. 18 minutes to go in the game, and Bellevue again with a 1-0 advantage off of that early goal they scored just 5 minutes into this game, and since then, Mount Dora Christian Academy has been playing from behind as we reach the water break. So that's the water break here. First 17 minutes of that second half, Mount Dora Christian Academy coming out looking like a different team.
Yeah, a little bit more of a focused approach, I think, offensively. A little bit more just a plan of what they wanted to do. And I think just overall, just a little bit better offensively, a little bit more cleaner. Not as many giveaways as compared to the first half. Still a few they got to shore up there, but overall, just really not a bad effort out of them. And as you see on the screen there, tonight's broadcast of girls soccer is presented by Arden's Fine Jewelers. If you're looking to add some sparkle to your outfit with trending stacking bracelets or layered necklaces, maybe you want to surprise someone special with a gift you know they'll love, well, visit Arden's Fine Jewelers, located conveniently next to the Old Mill Playhouse movie theater in Lake Sumter Landing, a family-owned destination for all things fine jewelry. They've doubled their space and jewelry lines, offering an even wider selection of exquisite pieces. You can get timeless diamond solitaires, vibrant gemstone jewelry. Whatever you need, Arden's has it. They have everything you need, including men's jewelry. Plus, Arden's Fine Jewelers has 2 expert on-site jewelers to handle any jewelry repairs or customizations you might need, and you can create custom designs in-store with your own diamonds. Visit Arden's Fine Jewelers today and find that perfect piece for yourself or loved ones. They're open 7 days a week and golf cart accessible at 1050 Canal Street in Lake Sumter Landing in the Villages. And we thank Arden's Fine Jewelers for their support in tonight's broadcast of girls soccer on TVCS Live.
Back here on TVCS Live, 17 minutes and 55 seconds to go between Bellevue and Mount Dora Christian Academy And this is our 5:30 p.m. game. We got our 7 o'clock game coming up. The Villages playing against Crystal River as part of the Buffalo Preseason Classic here at the Villages Charter High School. Mount Dora Christian Academy coming off of a 15-4 season last year, and they are down against Bellevue. Of course, Bellevue with an 8-12-2 season last year. Bellevue part of the FHSAA Class 5A. Mount Dora Christian Academy Class 2A. Emmy Bowman will kick this one out for Mount Dora Christian Academy.
Yeah, I like the competitiveness, Kyle, out of both these squads in the preseason opener. Not a whole lot of room out there for either to have, and a lot of plays like that where you think you've got a run and a good defensive approach on the back end thwarts an attempt.
Richardson and now Edwards. Edwards with the ball, going to find Conlin. Conlin, 8 goals last season for Conlin. Try to find somebody in front of the net. This one bobbled, but eventually taken by Leela Dean.
Yeah, Dean, they were able to gather that one, but it wasn't pretty. There was a little bit of a bobble there, as you mentioned, partner. That could have been trouble if it had squirted free, but Leela Dean able to recover that. Now look at this attempt coming the other way. Oh, just offsides. Boy, we have said time and time again tonight, Tatiana Dobkowski's had some free room to run on that right wing, the far side on your screen there, but just not able to stay on sides there long enough. And if she had some teammates running with her. 16 minutes to go, and just the one goal here so far tonight that we got in the early going in those first 10 minutes, nothing since.
16.5 minutes to go in the game. This is a preseason contest, first of 2 preseason games for both of these squads. This is Haley Edwards with an opportunity here. Edwards looking to kick the ball up here. Edwards with it, still looking around. What can she find?
She had an opportunity to give that ball up, chose to try to make the play herself. Taken away from her. She can get it back here and see if she'll give it up this time.
Edwards with it. We'll give it up to Conlin. Finds Edwards again in the center of the field. Edwards kicks this one back to nobody, and now Bellevue with a turnover.
And there she goes again. Dobkowski on that far side, Kyle.
This one going to be whistled. This one's still on sides. Coming down here is Bellevue. Opportunity for them. Valeda in front of the net. Dobkowski just off to the left.
Boy, a couple points here. I don't know how that ball was on sides, or if it was. I don't know if the official just wasn't, if he's still trailing the play or whatever it was. I'm with you, buddy boy. I thought he was offside, or she was off sides there, but nonetheless, a good effort by Dobkowski there. She got a clean look at it. Just soared that thing off to the left, but good attempt there by Bellevue. Again, they're having some good opportunities tonight, just not able to convert. Maybe later in the year, maybe not so much in the preseason, they'll be able to hit on a few of those chances, but I like the action that they've generated when they've been able to do so.
Dobkowski with the ball again, shakes off a defender, and Emmy Bowman able to get up on top of that ball. Just under 15 minutes to go, and Bellevue threatening there. Bowman will give this one the boot. Conlin trying to chase it down. She able to win it. And now here comes Conlin. Conlin with an opportunity in front of the net. And Bellevue going to send this one out. That'll be a throw-in here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, good play there. I thought that was maybe knocked down with an arm by Abigail Feld, and she was able to play it somehow cleanly. Got it up to Conlin, as you mentioned. Just not able to get it. I think she was looking for the cross over to Brianna Brown, but I think she would have been offsides if she had tried to make that pass. But nonetheless, you get a throw here and try to make a play out of it, looking for that equalizer.
Given a Feld, and this one's going to be taken by Dean, the goaltender for Bellevue. Was looking for Abigail Feld, and Feld has been terrific here this evening for the Mount Dora Christian Academy Bulldogs.
Play there by Conlin to keep it away from the other Dean on this Bellevue roster.
It was played by Boudreau. Good job at the midfield. And now back comes The Rattlers played in the center of the field. Good defense there by Dora Christian Academy. One back here. Valeda. Out of play by Boudreau.
Should be a Bellevue throw here, I believe, Kyle, but that's... Nope, they're actually going to give this one to MDCA. I thought that was knocked out like you off of Boudreau, but MDCA going to get the benefit of the doubt here with a dozen minutes or so to play in this one. Just 35 minutes in the preseason match per half here compared to the usual 40.
Matt Knowles, our head referee here this evening, and Fritz Barbarouse, the secondary official. Emmy Bowman hops on top of that for Mount Dora Christian Academy again last year. Emmy Bowman, 82 saves last season, and she did not let a whole lot of goals in last season.
No, not many at all. In fact, just 14 allowed by this squad in 19 games. Mentioned earlier, 10 shutouts from Outdoor Christian Academy last year. So very defensive-minded bunch Clayton McDaniel has over there.
1-0 the score. Bellevue still leading. Not playing tonight for Mount Dora Christian Academy is one of their best players, Katie Bailey, not in the game for them. She is a junior this season. Katie Bailey has been a terrific athlete for Mount Dora Christian Academy. 11 goals last season for Bailey. And an opportunity here for the Rattlers. They've got numbers, and Boudreau will kick this one out of play, but near disaster there for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it was, and not sure the timing of that run for Bellevue, if it had been onside or not, played it up ahead, but good effort nonetheless. They've had the better of the chances here in the last 10 minutes or so.
Bulldogs win possession back. Opportunity here. Feld with the ball. Banging bodies with Lily Collington, and this ball ends up out of play. Ten and a half minutes to go as Mount Dora Christian Academy will get a throw in here. We'll also have Brianna Brown come up for them. In the center of the field and out of play again. There'll be another throw in here for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs threatening here, Cody, with 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, sort of for whatever a preseason victory is worth to Clayton McDaniel and this MDCA Bulldogs bunch. Now's the time to maybe try to make a little push here in these final 10 minutes, Kyle, is getting down to the end of this one here. And offensively, they sort of dominated possession in the first half of the second half, if you will. The first opening few minutes. Played a lot down in this end, had some opportunities, but not a whole lot since. Try to conjure up something here as it should. I believe this is going to be a corner kick.
Be a corner kick awarded to Mount Dora Christian Academy. 9.5 minutes to go. It'll be taken here by Riley Conlon. Riley Conlon, 8 goals last season for the junior. This one be returned here by Conlon. And taken away by Bellevue.
Yeah, really good play defensively. Layla Gore, number 15, getting in there and knocking that away.
Defense has played well here for Bellevue this evening. Knocked away once again by the Rattlers defense. Kept in here. That's Jacine Brooks for Mount Dora Christian Academy.
Yeah, really good defensive performance tonight by Bellevue. It's a team that gave up 108 goals in 22 matches a year ago. That's just shy of 5 a game. Here they are playing pretty well defensively. It's been pretty stacked defensively. Not letting a whole lot of rushes come off the edges. Doing a good job of sort of that that whiplash, that rubber band effect. The defense is going back, bringing the midfield with it, and the forwards after that sort of staying in a really good, organized defensive approach, and only allowed a handful of chances here, coming in with 8 minutes to play.
A throw in here by Boudreau.
Just think about the confidence, too. We don't want to put the cart ahead of the horse here, Kyle, but if we get an opportunity here.
Brianna Brown with an opportunity, and this one's going to be kicked out of play. It'll be a throw-in from Mount Dora Christian Academy.
But I was saying, don't want to put the cart ahead of the horse. Still 7 minutes left, but imagine just the confidence boost it could give for Bellevue. Giving out almost 5 goals a game last year. If you come out with a shutout in your preseason opener.
Be huge. Here's an opportunity from Mount Dora Christian Academy, and it's just off to the right. That was a great job by Abby Feld, who nearly had the equalizer.
Well, nearly enacted the announcer jinx, too, right there, didn't she? Just talking about the shutout possibility. And right there, good opportunity there. Abby Feld. Boy, we've seen her all over the field tonight.
Feld again. Trying to win it back as Bellevue, they do. 7 minutes to go in the opening game here. The Villages Charter High School will have the Villages playing against Crystal River at 7 o'clock. I'll probably got to be about around 7:30 now. Team's starting to take their warm-ups. We got one to finish off here as Mount Dora Christian Academy looking for an equalizer. And here's an opportunity. Here's Dobkowski. Slows things down, allows some of her players to get ahead. Here's Dobkowski taking a shot. Emmy Bowman will block that shot.
As we mentioned, Kyle, we'll get another look at this Bellevue squad on Wednesday when they play VHS. That's a 5:30 matchup, the first of 2 on that evening as well. I'll have another doubleheader for you on Wednesday here on TVCS Live. It'll be 5:30 against Bellevue, VHS Bellevue, and then at 7 o'clock, same MDCA bunch against Crystal River, who, as you mentioned, we'll see coming up next here on our nightcap. Here on the first one, that match was scheduled to start at 7 p.m. Give me a little bit behind here as we are approaching that 7 p.m. hour.
Riley Conlon in the corner. This is going to be out of play, and it'll be a corner kick coming up for Mount Dora Christian Academy. So just under 6 minutes to go. They're not going to get many more opportunities like this, Cody.
No, juicy opportunity here. They're going to have to find a way to do it. Again, number 8, Abigail Held, and those pink cleats going to do the honors here.
Feld boots it in there, and Bellevue will clear this one away.
Good try by Feld, but yeah, good clear there by the other Dean, and she's racing up the right side with it.
Hannah Dean had a really good first half, and this one's going to be kicked out of play. It'll be Bellevue ball. Allows the Mount Dora Christian Academy defense to get back. Again, this is the first game for a lot of these players, so got to worry about the fatigue as well with some of these players.
And we've seen both benches empty tonight at will, and a lot of the quick change substitutions. Here's another run coming up by MDCA. Boy, you'd love to see them have an equalizer here in these last 5 minutes.
This one's going to be taken here by the goaltender, Dean. Right, GR Cody, the way they played in the second half, they've had opportunities to do so. And if this is the way that they're going to be playing this season, Mount Dora Christian Academy might have another great team this season. Edwards. And this one kicked in. It's going to be a score and a goal for Mount Dora Christian Academy. I believe that was number 8, Abby Feld, with the goal. She's awarded a fantastic effort by her all game long, and Abby Feld with the goal.
Well, just a lot similar to the Bellevue goal, right? Just a little dink and dunk opportunity, sort of skied that one, and it finds its way into the net, a 1-1 tie, and wow, Abby Feld, that one, you could sense the anxiety on Lila Dean, the Bellevue goalkeeper. She knew she had to get back. You knew she had to sort of cover her net, but once she realized it was too high and was going to go over and in, you just feel for her, and now all equaled up here, 1-1, 4 minutes to play.
Excellent job by Mount Dora Christian Academy. They were working on that all game long, and then Abigail Feld with an equalizer, and it is a 1-1 game against Bellevue. This would be a huge draw for Mount Dora Christian Academy if they're able to hang on. I know it doesn't count in the regular season, but for their confidence, That is a huge break for the Bulldogs. Bellevue looking to come back. Here's Dobkowski in the center of the field. Good defense there by Jacine Brooks. And now Dobkowski with an opportunity. Gives this one up. A shot in on net. And this one cleared away by the Bulldogs momentarily. And it'll be a throw-in for Bellevue.
Bellevue wants to get it and go here. 3 minutes to play. Ball inside the 30 yards.
A lot of momentum on their sides. No overtime in the preseason. And so we have a 1-1 game here. Bellevue and Mount Dora Christian Academy. Under 3 minutes to go. Mount Dora finding the equalizer with under 5 minutes to go in the game. It came off of the right foot of Abigail Feld.
Yeah, and as you said on the live call, Kyle, I mean, just rewarded for her effort all game long. Been really kind of the one player really pushing the envelope, taking the corners, doing a good job. And she takes the free kick here and sends it into a Bellevue body, but she's done such a good job all night long.
2.5 minutes remaining. Mount Dora Christian Academy looking to win this one. And they'll have a throw-in opportunity here. Coming down to take the throw-in here. That's Jade Cardoso.
Yeah, number 7, Jade Cardoso, going to do the honors here. I guess Abigail Feld is going to be maybe the primary target here. We'll see.
Under 2 minutes remain in the first preseason game of our Buffalo Preseason Classic. Kept in here by the Bulldogs. Feld, who scored the equalizer. Now gets it. Here's Richardson to Edwards. Couldn't get her foot on it and kicking herself for that one.
Yeah, it felt like Edwards had all the opportunity in the world to turn and fire there and just maybe didn't realize where she was out on the field. Needed a lot more diesel behind that engine to get that thing up and going towards the net.
Bellevue wins this in the midfield. Have an opportunity here. Here comes Dobkowski. Bellevue with the numbers. Clock ticking under 1:10 remaining in the game here. 1-1 game. Both these teams looking for a draw right now, but Bellevue would love to win. Mount Dora Christian Academy as well. The way they've played this second half, I would say that Bellevue won the first half. Mount Dora Christian Academy won the second half. One goal for Bellevue came 5 minutes into the first half. And then with 5 minutes left in the second half, Mount Dora Christian Academy found the equalizer. One more chance for Mount Dora Christian Academy coming down. They've got 35 seconds remaining. And they'll try to move quickly here, Cody.
They're going to try to get something here in this last half minute. Throw in by Cardoso, and guess who? It's Feld.
Richardson in the center of the field. Richardson trying to make something happen and turn back over to Bellevue. Ball played, and here come the Rattlers. One more chance for the Rattlers as time is set to expire. And is that going to be the game? Yes, it is. So that is the way this one's going to end. 1-1, the final score here, Cody. It was an entertaining matchup.
It really was. Goals, Stephanie Hernandez for Bellevue and Abigail Feld from Mount Dora Christian, one each. First 10 minutes of the first half and one in the first 10 minutes of the last 10 minutes of the second half. So they bookend it with goals. Pretty competitive opening matchup to our doubleheader tonight, preseason girls soccer on TVCS Live, Kyle. Not a lot of complaints. I think both teams will probably have a lot to work on and clean up. We'll have a lot to go back and review some of the film on. But I tell you what, certainly a good start to the season for both of these squads, and they'll get things ready to go here. And we're going to get ready to go for match number 2 here tonight on TVCS Live.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Our match number 2 coming up in just a couple of minutes. It'll be the Villages Charter High School taking on Crystal River in the second game of our doubleheader. For Cody Hills, I'm Kyle Coppola. We're going to take a short break here. Mount Dora Christian Academy is able to come back and draw Bellevue 1-1, the final score here in the first game of our doubleheader. We'll have the second game coming up in just a few moments on TVCS Live and Facebook Live. live on the VHS Buffalo Athletics page. Thanks for watching. We'll come back in just a few minutes.
Alliant Dermatology is a total care dermatology clinic specializing in skin care diagnosis and treatments, like Mohs surgery, blue light, and vein therapies. We are one of only 2 locations specializing in superficial electron therapies. Our staff is comprised of caring, experienced professionals who are here to help when life throws you a curveball. So don't go it alone. Come see us at Alliant Dermatology.
At Citizens First Bank, we believe in supporting our community and investing in the future of our students. That's why we created the Buffalo Charity Checking Account.
I'm Trey Mann, former basketball player at the Villages High School, currently in the NBA playing for the Charlotte Hornets. I'm proud to support our students with Citizens First Bank's Buffalo Charity Checking Account. Join me in making a difference today.
If you're looking for that special place to call home and become part of a community where neighbors are more like family, we invite you to discover Middleton, a family-friendly community conveniently located surrounding the state-of-the-art, newly expanded campus of the Villages Charter School and the up-and-coming Middleton downtown featuring all your daily conveniences. To learn more about Middleton and the wide variety of homes, we encourage you to come visit Middleton.
A great place to call home.
No problem. We got you covered.
I should share this with Gladys.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe she posted that.
I'm the Crushinator. Crush the candies.
I thought those were huge. That is huge.
Mike Scott Plumbing, keeping you connected one flush at a time.
Romac Building Supply is a proud Platinum Bison sponsor and a supporter of the Villages Charter High School Construction Academy. The Construction Academy, in partnership with Habitat for Humanity of Lake Sumter and local village construction partners, have been constructing homes for well-deserving families for more than 5 years. This innovative housing program of hands-on learning and community service was first in the state of Florida and has already produced future entrepreneurs. The students at the Construction Academy are literally building a better community. Romac Building Supply is a proud sponsor of construction education.
Nationally recognized Salon J. Lee, celebrating 35 years of style and beauty, where highly trained stylists perform the latest cutting techniques, current trends, and advanced treatments, offering a wide range of professional hair care, skin care, makeup, body care, home fragrances, and unique boutique items. Salon J. Lee, dare to be fabulous. Proudly serving the residents of the Villages community with 3 convenient locations, including our newest location in Magnolia Plaza.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome back to the second game of our doubleheader on TVCS Live. I'm Kyle Coppola, alongside my broadcast partner, Drew Charltree. Should be an interesting matchup tonight. This is a preseason contest between the Villages Charter High School and Crystal River. Crystal River going to be in all white, and the Villages Charter School coming out in black. Should be a fun one. We got the Villages coming off of a 10-5 season last year, and we'll see for the Buffalo what they're able to do this season. Drew, you got some insight before the game.
Yeah, obviously, anytime a team loses 10 seniors from the year before, you're going to notice a little bit of a difference out there on the field. So a lot of new faces for this Buffalo team. A couple of familiar ones going to be missing as well. Kiana Burgos away right now on a college visit in South Carolina, obviously a senior this year, and wishing her the best on that trip. And then the young star center back, Tanya Nguyen, is currently injured. They're hoping to have her back sometime around Thanksgiving this year, but at the moment unavailable to play for the Buffalo. So it's going to be an almost all-new starting 11 for this team here tonight.
And here we go, 35-minute halves in the preseason as the Villages off to a flying start. First game of our doubleheader, it was Mount Dora Christian Academy playing against Belleview. That ended up in a 1-1 draw. Mount Dora Christian Academy came back in that one and scored in the last 5 minutes of the game. See what the Buffalo are able to do this season as you're out without Emma Johnson this year. So we'll talk about a couple of other key players as there's a shot in on goal. That's Kiana Burgos. And you mentioned Kiana Burgos last year, 18 goals on the year. Excuse me, Kiana Burgos not here tonight. So for the Buffalo, a couple of new faces in here tonight. We'll get it by the end of the night.
That was all. That whole introduction was just a setup to excuse us for the mistakes that are coming your way.
Working on them. 34 minutes to go in the first half. So Crystal River coming off, meanwhile, a 5-13 season. So they're looking to get back on track this season as well.
Yeah, I think that Crystal River probably coming into this year thinking more about how they closed the year than began it. Obviously made it to that district final last year against the Villages. Of course, VHS got the better of them 6-0 in that game. But after VHS got a mercy rule against their previous opponents in the district tournament, Crystal River probably thinking, we held up pretty well comparatively. So looking to build off of that coming into this year. And, of course, VHS in a little bit different district this year, much tougher competition than they've seen in recent seasons with Lake Highland Prep and, of course, Montverde Academy rejoining their district this season. So Brian Roush, when I was talking to him before the game, he's like, the road's a little bit tougher, but, it's going to be good for these girls to kind of see what that top competition looks like. We've talked in years past about how, the district competition and even in the regular season, it can be difficult to find teams nearby that are going to give them the level of competition that they get in the regional playoffs. And so now they're going to start seeing that a little bit earlier on in the process.
Good defensive effort there by Crystal River. It's played in the middle of the field. And for the Buffalo, they're without Emma Johnson, as well as Catherine Perbola, who graduated, Anna Roush, Gianna DiMaggio, good defender, who graduated as well. Taylor Fugit and Bailey Keller graduated the goalkeepers last season as well. So the Village is trying out Avery. I'm going to get this by the end of the season, but Hritzek, I believe, is her last name.
Yeah, Avery Hritzek.
So Avery Hritzek in that. I'm going to get it by the
Hey,
end
it's
of
preseason for everyone, Kyle.
So we got Crystal River in the center of the field right now, and Buffalo going to come up and play this one. That's Jacqueline Campbell. Jacqueline Campbell, a senior, and one of the captains of this team. Nadia Alva, Casey Shaheen, and Kiana Burgos. Hadassah Tasinski, also a senior on this team.
Yeah, a handful of seniors still remaining, but again, there was such a strong group here for such a long time, that class of 2024, that group that, a handful of them started playing varsity when they were in 8th grade and playing all the way through. And even outside of the high school, played club soccer together at the Villages SC, now Brave SC, for years, 7, 8, 9 years. A lot of that group was together, different fields and different places. So obviously, not just replacing the players, the minutes on the field, but also that chemistry that group had together for so long. It's going to be a very different look for the Buffalo team this year. We've seen it in past years. I think it was the class of 2021 was a massive graduating class for VHS. And so, it's one of those things that schools in, kind of that middle size go through cycles. You tend to have, those strong classes that come through every so often, and you just kind of have to reload and kind of build things up with a new group, which is what Brian Roush is trying to do here with this team.
This one's going to go out of play. It'll be a goal kick coming up here for Crystal River. And, yeah, definitely the Village is going to be looking for some things this season, offensive and defensively. Great way to get things started here against Crystal River. And Crystal River's played in pretty good through 5 minutes so far. Been a couple of opportunities for the Buffalo as here's a corner kick.
Rose Brandsma keeping that one on the ground.
And out of play it goes again. So another goal kick coming up here for the Villages. Again, the Buffalo coming off of a 10-5 season. 21 goals for Emma Johnson last season. And then you also had Anna Roush with 9 goals, so you're missing your key goal scorers there. So, of course, Kiana Burgos not here this evening. Had 18 goals last season was Kiana Burgos. And Burgos transitioned from goalie last year, and she ended up playing a lot of in the forward part of the field last year. Played a little midfield. Got her really involved last year.
Oh, shot right
in
there.
On net. Opportunity here for the Buffalo. And played out. It'll be a corner kick won by the Buffalo. I believe that was Kenzie Verlato who was able to get that one out for Crystal River. So an opportunity for the Buffalo.
Yeah, a little bit of confusion right there. That one ends up on the ground. Hadassah Tasinski trying to locate it. And Crystal River able to get it out in time.
Buffalo will take this on the far side of the field. Coming in there, getting some height in is Jacqueline Campbell in front of the net. Ooh. And this one's just going to bang off of the field goal upright.
Well, my best advice is to average out their 2 corner kicks so far. First one on the ground, a little bit short. Second one, a little bit too elevated, not enough curve. You go right in between those 2. Bang on.
There you go. Violet Doherty, I believe, is the one that took that kick. Violet Doherty, a freshman this year, was one of the middle schooler players last year for the Villages Buffalo.
Started playing for varsity, I believe, when she was in 7th grade.
This one's going to go out of play, so a goal kick coming up here for Crystal River. But yeah, you're right. She's been playing varsity for the last few years here, and one of those players that it's going to be fun to watch the next couple of years, and one with already a lot of experience here at the Villages Charter High School.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that, there's not a ton of across this roster. Talking to Coach Roush, saying, there's a lot of talent on this team, just not a lot of girls that have played for us. Oh,
Rose
shot right here.
A shot off of the crossbar, and this one goes out of bounds. That's a player we're excited to see this year is Rose Brandsma, the junior forward for the Buffalo Charter, for the Villages Buffalo. Nearly had her first goal of the season there.
Yeah, I mean, just about. Really challenged the keeper on that one.
Brandsma knocked that off the post. It's been all Buffalo early in this game. Crystal River's only been over the midfield a couple of times in this game so far. This one's going to go out of play. Yeah, Buffalo ball.
Can't even really say that Crystal River is possessed across midfield. Now, off this throw-in, their first real chance and immediately given away.
Buffalo with it again. Last year for Crystal River, they're coming in with Gracie Ulrich, 10 goals last season. She comes in for her sophomore season. And then Sienna Calloway had 7 goals last year. As here's Crystal River that'll take this. Faith Holmes, the other one, with 9 goals last year as well. Buffalo take this one nicely in the midfield. Won by Campbell. And then stolen away there by Connor.
Oh, a little bit of a break right here.
A breakaway here for Crystal River. Opportunity, a shot in on net, and it's saved.
Good test right there for Ritzik. First one she's had to face this season. A pretty good punt out here.
First action we've seen for Ritzik this year, and it is a save.
Yeah, not an easy one either. I mean, it wasn't far off her body, but she's backpedaling right there as Crystal River was coming on the fast break. Not easy.
Khalil makes a move, gives this one up. It's off the post.
That's still in play. Oh, no, they're signaling goal kick. All right, must have gone off the wheel on the outside of the goal right there to come back that way. But I'll tell you what, Amaya Khalil, though, a player that I'm very excited to watch. Very, very excited. The coach is raving about her. She has played high-level club soccer for a long time, and what she can potentially bring from the midfield and sometimes flex to a forward spot, I think we're going to see some really spectacular stuff from her as a freshman.
Still a 0-0 game. It nearly had a goal there. And here's a shot in on net right over the crossbar of Buffalo trying to pull a fast one there. Why not?
Yeah, may as well. Preseason, time to try things out. Get an opening, enough space like that, especially if you don't think the goalkeeper's paying attention, may as well try.
Crystal River looking to get possession here. So for the Buffalo, you're trying to replace Emma Johnson along with Catherine Perbola and Gianna DiMaggio. How are they doing that this year?
Well, it's tough. We're going to see, obviously, again, so many new players on this team. Sure that Coach Roush is hoping that a handful can kind of step up. Again, Violet Doherty's a player that's played in the midfield and as a forward, and you're trying to, now that she's a freshman and starting to kind of catch up physically with her competition, that she will continue to develop. She's always been a skillful player, but the size has always, kind of limited her a little bit out there on the pitch. But yeah, I don't know. Some of these girls who, maybe played more limited minutes, the Hadassah Tasinskis and some of the others on this team, they're going to have to step up a little bit. And then I guess you're hoping that you find a little bit of that from some of these new faces. I mean, I mentioned Khalil, the excitement around her. I don't think there's any doubt that she's going to be fantastic. I think the biggest thing is you have to have a game changer in each phase of the field, right? Your offense, defense, and midfield all have to have someone who can connect with the others and kind of lead that unit. And I think they are going to have that this year. Once Tanya Nguyen comes back, I think that you've got a center back who has the potential to be just as good, if not better, than Gianna DiMaggio eventually. You've got Khalil and Burgos in the up front and in the midfield, both of them, at least the way that Khalil's listed, midfield / forward, so presumably she can go back and forth. We saw Kiana Burgos do that plenty last year. So I think that with those three, again, having the areas of the field kind of manned by really strong players is going to be a nice start.
It's been a nice start for the Buffalo so far. A couple of shots in on net, nothing in the net yet. Nearly taken away there by the Buffalo. It'll be won back here by Crystal River. But, yeah, you mentioned it. It's going to be an interesting year for the Buffalo, trying to replace all of those players last season. And already off to a strong start, though, and they'll be getting some players back here as well. Again, you mentioned Kiana Burgos not with us here this evening, touring Newberry College, which is very exciting for her.
Yeah, up there right now with her dad, Victor, who former goalkeeper himself. Again, wishing Kiana the best and obviously thinking about her future, but we're looking forward to seeing her on the pitch for the Buffalo this season. Should be back for Wednesday's preseason match.
He was a really good soccer player, too. Mr. Burgos was. I believe he played professional indoor soccer as well in Orlando, if I'm not mistaken. But that's going to be a save there for Crystal River. They'll boot this one away. So early on in this game, it's been the Buffalo controlling for the most part, other than that one opportunity that we've seen Crystal River get. They've been struggling to gain possession of the ball.
Yeah, VHS has done a great job controlling possession, which is good to see early. Again, team that has not spent a ton of time together, connecting fairly well. Obviously, not a lot of time to practice. Really only 1 week in between tryouts and tonight's match here. But seem to be connecting well, which is good. And that's the first step. But finishing shots is the second one. And for VHS team that in previous seasons, and you mentioned Emma Johnson and Kiana Burgos and the goal totals from last year, but Even with some of those numbers, they did not score at the rate that they probably should have last season, and part of that was shot selection. And so I think that that's the next step for this team as we see them, already start to connect passes and move the ball up the field well and retain that possession. The next step is going to be finding the good looks. And so it'll be interesting to see if they can take that next step. There's a little bit of confusion right there. Crystal River is keeping that back line so far back, and they got this weird gap in between their back line and their midfield. And if I'm VHS, I'm just trying to crack the midfield and then get your numbers out in that space and kind of run through the middle.
Brandsman had the opportunity there for a moment, and now it's won again by the Buffalo. Opportunity here, Darty in front of the net. Crystal River trying to clear this one out. It'll be a throw-in for the Buffalo.
Yeah, really good play right there by Doherty, but I believe it was Rose Brandsma just couldn't quite corral that one.
And this is going to be a throw-in one by Crystal River, but we had a whistle before.
I think they were
play.
Waiting for the substitution here.
Coming on for the Buffalo is Isabella Martinez, I believe. Or no, that's going to be
Nadia Lava.
Nadia Lava checking in. So Brandsma or the far side. That's Stasinski. One back by Crystal River. Good defense by Crystal River.
They're doing a good job recovering in that final third. Again, the retaining possession part has been difficult for the Pirates thus far, but they have been able to kind of blanket these VHS attackers and not allowing them a lot of looks as much as they've been down at that end.
0-0 game here, 20 minutes to go, just under now 19 minutes to go in the first half. So Buffalo have looked pretty good so far, getting a couple of opportunities. Crystal River's defense has held strong thus far. And this is going to be a kick by Sienna Callaway. Sienna Callaway, 7 goals last season for Crystal River. And for Crystal River, they only won 5 games last season. So looking to add to that total this year. This one will go out of play. Beautiful night for a soccer game here at the Villages Charter High School. Of course, we were talking to our technical director, Marty Zero, before the game. The year starts in 80-degree weather, and then by the end of the season, you're playing in the 40s.
Yeah, you'll see the temperatures drop pretty quickly here between probably this middle of next month and by the end of the season. Yeah, everyone's out there shivering in the stands and see the breath and everything like that. But yeah, without fail, there will be two of the coldest nights of the year. We'll end up having soccer matches on them. It always happens.
It usually does. Here's a throw-in here by Kaufmel. Taken by Callaway and out of play, so it'll be won by the Buffalo. That was Jacqueline Campbell doing a good job for the Buffalo. Crystal River clears it out once again. I was off the shoulder there of Stomney. This will be out of play, so Crystal River will earn a throw in there. So as we hit the water break, want to get your thoughts on the first about 17 minutes of this game.
Not bad. I mean, all things considered, preseason again. We're going to say it a whole lot tonight. Just so much turnover from last year. So you're always curious. The number one thing you want to see is how together does the team look? Does it look disjointed is what you want to avoid. And I would say that they don't right now. Obviously, it's not perfect. It's very early on. But I think that what we've seen so far with the way they've been able to control possession, move the ball up and down the field, I'd say is pretty good. Obviously, Crystal River is not posing a ton of threat. They're not really pressing a whole lot. So obviously against a tougher opponent, it probably would not look this effortless for the Buffalo. But good signs, though, to start. Not much to nitpick for a preseason game. So you just have to see, if Brian Roush decides to give them some instruction on the sideline here and see if they can go out and execute a game plan from this point.
Tonight's game brought to you by Arden's Fine Jewelers. Arden's Fine Jewelers, a perfect place to find something for me or you. Arden's Fine Jewelers, located at 1050 Canal Street in the Villages. You got Buffalo playing Crystal River here this evening. Thanks for watching on TVCS Live. I'm Kyle Coppola, alongside my broadcast partner, Drew Charltree. Fun game so far between both of these squads. Again, Crystal River coming off of a 5-13 season. Buffalo at 10-5 overall this year. 17 minutes and 12 seconds remain in the first half. And it will be a throw-in opportunity here for Crystal River when we get going. Of course, we have the water break midway through the halves here at the FHSAA level. Buffalo sending their team back out, and we're about ready to go. And so for the Buffalo, Violet Doherty scored 5 goals last year for the then middle schooler, now in high school here at the Villages Charter School. And then, of course, Kiana Burgos, once they get her back, plays forward this year for the Buffalo. And head coach Brian Roush also said that she might play a little bit of goalkeeper this season as well. See how they utilize her.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see. You know, she's been a goalkeeper for most of her life, but one of the things that she really wanted to do was play in the field in high school. She plays goalkeeper at the club level, but just wanting to get some run in the field. Obviously, very talented player, as she was one of the Buffalo's best scorers. And you think about a player who spent most of their time in the net, that's pretty impressive.
It really is. She came out and impressed a lot of us last year. Thought she was, I mean, she was playing behind Taylor Fugit and Bailey Keller, 2 pretty good goaltenders that the Villages had, and ended up getting that opportunity in the field. Made the most of it. She was really impressive last season. Really athletic kid. And I've also been impressed with Rose Brandsma this coming out in this preseason contest. She's looked pretty good so far. There she is, trying to win that ball. Eventually won by Crystal River. So Rose Brandsma, one of those players that kind of reminds me a little bit of Emma Johnson in a way.
Yeah, the blonde ponytail, the orange cleats, there's a little bit of the same vibe out there. And so I think that one thing that we've got to see from her is, one thing about Emma Johnson is she was not afraid to shoot. And that's not to say that she was selfish in any way. That was her job, was to go out there and score goals. As now Crystal River slips another one through here.
Stomany. And it's going to be a shot in on net by Smith. And that'll be off to the right side. And so that'll be maybe the second or third goal kick of the game for the Buffalo. Haven't had too many of those in the game so far.
No, I will say the one thing that's concerning is that Crystal River's 2 opportunities have been on fast breaks where they've slipped through the defense. And that was another pretty solid run right there. Obviously, the shot at the end, not really a threat as it was wide of the goal there by Kylie Connor. But I think that that's one thing that if you're VHS, again, you're not going to be able to dominate possession this way against all of your opponents this year, again, especially as we get further into district competition and things like that. But, yeah, that's something they're going to have to tighten up. You know, last year and in previous seasons, Gianna DiMaggio could cover up a lot of flaws, a lot of flaws. Just incredible speed on the recovery. But, you don't have that player anymore. Obviously, Tanya Nguyen, very good. Still very young, though. And I don't think, even when she is healthy, has that kind of pace. And so, they're going to have to play a little bit tighter in the defensive midfield and across the back line this year. You don't have that kind of magic eraser that Gianna DiMaggio was.
Did they give you a timetable on Tanya Nguyen? What happened to her?
Well, she's got a fracture in her foot right now. She picked up playing club soccer. Khalil taking a shot here.
Khalil to the left side, and that's going to be off. And that's going to be just off the mark. We didn't get that on camera. Sorry about that. But we have a 0-0 game still. But you were talking about the Tanya Nguyen.
Yeah, they're hoping around Thanksgiving that she'll be back. So first month of the season, a few games out of the early part of the schedule that she would miss. But, even if that's the optimistic timetable, as long as you're getting her back when the new year rolls around, you're in pretty good shape. So, I mean, that's when the bulk of the soccer season happens, and really just need her to be there by district tournament play.
She was very exciting last year. really good player is Tanya Wynn.
Yeah, came in off the bench in the season opener against Wildwood, scored 2 goals, and then never left the starting lineup again. Ooh.
That was a great cross opportunity there for Brandsma. It's going to go out of play, but
yeah, just a little bit high for her there. Tough to get a boot up to that one, but that was a good-looking try, though, for VHS. One of the better-looking plays that they've run down in this final third.
Center of the field here. Played inside the box. Here's an opportunity. Buffalo trying to capitalize. Booted away for the moment. And good defense by Crystal River on that far side. .5 minutes remain in this first half. The Buffalo have done an excellent job offensively so far. Haven't been rewarded with the goal yet. Been a good defensive effort by Crystal River thus far. Got to give it up for them. I mean, they have been challenged the entire game. And we get a whistle of stoppage. It'll be Crystal River ball.
Yeah, that one just barely not kept in on the far side there.
See if Crystal River can get anything going offensively. Faith Holmes last year, she is a junior this year, had 9 goals on the year. This team struggled to score goals last year, though. Crystal River did. That's something they hope to change this season with more experience with most of their players out there. Good battle at the midfield right there. Won by Crystal River. Playing Kaufmel. Now here's the Buffalo. Already in front.
Oh.
A good feed, and that's on the post. Shot, score! Rose Brandsma with her first of the year.
Yeah, nicely finished right there. VHS just relentless on the attack. That ball pops out. Brandsma took a touch to settle it, which I didn't think she was going to have enough time to go with it after that, but tucked it inside that post, actually off of that near post and in. It's a good way to get her VHS career started with a goal here tonight.
Great to see him. Brandsma with her first goal of the season. I know it doesn't count, but great to get that one off of your chest, really. And it was a great opportunity. Nearly saved there by Crystal River, but the goaltender, Tidwell, not able to get on top of it, and eventually Brandsma was able to put that in the back of the net. So we have a 1-0 lead here for the Buffalo. That goal coming just under 12 minutes remaining in the first half. Well, they were working on that one for this entire period, and eventually they were rewarded with it. It just felt like the Villages eventually were going to get one there, Drew.
Yeah, I mean, just that much pressure is almost always eventually going to result in a goal. Crystal River done a good job of kind of thwarting that attack. VHS had made a couple of its own mistakes down at that end, but just kind of seemed inevitable at a certain point. The volume of chances, hard to live in an opponent's defensive third and not eventually put one in there. By the way, Anna Pavanelli checking in over the break. Breakaway here now for Khalil. Let's see what she does in a 1-on-3 situation. She's going to play out wide.
I believe Khalil was the one that took that shot, too, and it ended up
Oh,
off of there's Khalil
good service
in front.
back.
Khalil with the shot. Khalil scores! Goal number 2. Buffalo take the 2-0 lead off of the leg of Khalil. Excellent job by her.
Yeah, it was so automatic, and unfortunately, I'm having trouble getting a read on the number on the right wing out there for VHS. But just a great play. We saw Khalil. I think that legitimately she could have taken the 1-on-3. We saw a little bit of the ball handling when she first broke through the midfield. She opts instead to pass out wide, which I think is smart. That's the play that you're going to have to make in those situations against stronger opponents. But then a great feed back. Well-timed. She runs through the line to play it, and then just 1v1 with the goalkeeper. And I have a feeling that that's going to be a fairly automatic finish for her in just about any similar situation.
So just like that, within 2 minutes, the Buffalo are up 2-0 against Crystal River. And the Pirates were playing really good defensively in this first half, but could not hold it any longer, and the Villages go up 2-0. So it's played by Smith. They've just not been able to get anything going offensively. This one's going to be saved for the moment, saved by the flag.
Missed call right there as that one bumped off the support of the corner flag.
Buffalo are going to
catch you slacking down there, Matt Knowles.
Knowles, of course, the PA announcer for the
Brave SC.
For the Brave SC, yeah, I believe. Always does a great job. I love listening to Matt Knowles. Very exciting every time he gets on the mic. Now you're going to have is this going to be a throw? This is going to be a long throw in here for Crystal River.
Gets into the box, played back out wide. And that's the thrower on it. Laney Kuffmel eventually had to get rid of it.
Crystal River just cannot get anything going offensively. Sustained, and the Buffalo with it again.
Oh, good ball right here.
Good ball, and there's an opportunity again for Khalil. Looking for her second goal. Khalil.
Oh.
And she scores! Khalil with goal number 2 and puts the Buffalo up 3-0.
Boy, it's such a great little hesitation right there. And I believe that was Doherty again on the feed through. But Khalil, obviously great speed as she was taking that down the field. But then what really sold it right there, just that little hesitation. She kind of faked that first kick and then follows through once she gets the goalie to bite just a little bit, and then it's easy work. And that's such good game feel right there. Absolutely love to see that from a player as young as her, just a freshman. If these first 27 minutes are anything to go by, I think we're going to be watching something special from her this season.
Khalil looking really good early on. 2 goals from her. Looking for a hat trick here tonight. What a way to start off the 2024 season. We got a whistle and a stoppage of play. It'll be Crystal River with a free kick. So what started off a little slow here for the Buffalo has turned into 3 goals within a 5-minute span here, Drew.
Well, and what I was wondering at the water break is if Brian Roush would have some instruction, and I think that he saw the same thing I did, which is the gap between the midfield and that back line for Crystal River. And so they're looking to break through this line. Now look, see, you've already got the runner going. They're going to try to send here. And there's the control, and there's your runner.
Looking for goal number 3 and a hat trick. Khalil.
Yeah, held up just a little bit on her run right there. She might win it back right here, though.
She does momentarily. Gives this one up. Buffalo in the center of the field. Here's Porras. Porras, and this one's going to be taken by the goaltender for Crystal River. Another great opportunity. I saw what you're talking about right there. That's really exploiting that backfield right now.
Yeah, again, when you've got that much space, once you see a player break through, just charge that back line. They're not retreating fast enough. And so once you have a player just going, you can kind of pick your spot, lob it over the top. You're going to get the defense on the retreat. And so basically it's just, can your player who's already moving that direction outrun the nearest player to the ball for the defense? And, they've already seen that Amaya Khalil can. So, I mean, if you're going to get that kind of space, you may as well utilize it that way.
6.5 minutes remain in this first half. And it's a half that the Villages has dominated up until this point. Crystal River has had no offensive answers. And the Buffalo, this game was tied at the 12-minute mark until Rose Brandsma opened up the scoring for the Buffalo, and then 2 straight goals by Khalil have the Buffalo up 3-0. Crystal River with it, trying to advance the ball. They'll have an opportunity here. Here's Ulrich. She was the lead goal scorer last year. Shot in on net is taken by the Buffalo. So Ulrich scored 10 goals last season, but they haven't been able to get her going here tonight thus far, Drew.
Yeah, Hertzig with an easy one right there as well. And player that definitely on the younger side. Again, next to no starting experience at the high school level. So going to be a lot about building confidence, but a game like this is good for her. Let her face a couple of shots. I don't think that's the worst thing in the world to have her have to step up in a couple of moments.
Opportunity for the Buffalo. They're looking for goal number 4. Batted down by the goaltender here. And eventually taken.
A little bit of confusion right there as Crystal River was trying to clear it away from Rose Brandsma, who was crashing. Tried to play it out, went off the head of another defender, stayed in bounds. But since it took the deflection, does not count as a kickback, and goalkeeper able to grab hold of that one.
Tough challenge in the midfield. Crystal River wins it, and the Buffalo win it back here. Brandsma sent that back to Porras. Finds Brandsma again. Now to Lava. Good defense in the middle of the field there. Doherty. Finding Doherty on the far sideline here.
Got a race to the corner.
Doherty has it. Sends it back. Taken here by Porras. Pirates finally win it here. And they knock it out of play, though, so that'll keep it in play for the Buffalo offensively.
Yeah, good pressure right there by Porras at the end of that.
Under 4 minutes to play now in the first half. Buffalo with a 3-0 lead, looking to extend that by 4 goals potentially here.
We're going to see Maria Torres Lagos check in. Another player who got some run off the bench last season.
She impressed as a freshman, Maria Torres Lagos did, coming in for her sophomore season. She's a sophomore defender for the Buffalo.
Yeah, I think that, when you talk about where are these minutes going to come from, these replacements for those longtime starters, I look at Torres Lagos as one of those players, and again, Anna Porras, who is, still just a middle schooler, but she's going to have to start filling in some of those minutes. Madison Shea, who we've kind of been waiting on through her middle school years. Same for, Madison Shea, Isabella Martinez, who we saw in flash in moments last year. You're going to have to see them take a step. There's plenty of new players on this roster as well, but I think that the big hope is that the ones that you've seen over the last year or two, start to play their way onto the field are going to play in a way that you now don't want to take them off.
Right, you are. And Coach Brian Rush giving Lagos an opportunity at the forward position as well. So coming in here listed as a defender, but going to give her a couple of looks. This one's going to be out of bounds, and a corner kick opportunity coming up here for Crystal River.
Yeah, that one right there, the attempted cross just off the foot of a running defender right there. So this is an interesting one for me. I hope that this is a good corner from Crystal River, because I'm interested to see Hritsik in this situation. She hasn't faced a set play yet, and I'm hoping that Crystal River can put something in the box that she has to react to, not even necessarily to attack the ball, but just how she moves to defend a potential shot off a corner or something like that. Just want to see the reaction from her here.
That's a great point, Drew. And for the Buffalo, they'll be also facing Belleview in their next game. So Bellevue played Mount Dora Christian Academy to a 1-1 draw earlier. This one's a liner on the ground and a score. That is a goal from Faith Holmes, who had 9 goals last season, and Faith Holmes finds the net.
Man, and that's not on Hritsik at all. That's 100% on the Buffalo defense. That ball stayed on the ground all the way across the face of the goal. Not one player put a boot on it to clear it. So a little bit disappointing right there, I think, if you're the Buffalo, as that probably shouldn't have even made it to the post. And instead they end up conceding here with about a minute and a half left before the halftime break, and certainly not the note that they wanted to head into the stoppage with.
Luckily still up by 2 goals, but definitely not preferable to give up a goal right before halftime here.
Khalil looking to see if she can help get it back quickly.
Khalil looking for a hat trick here this evening. Played in the corner. Khalil looking to draw a corner kick here if she can. Good defense there by Lockley.
Oh, good move, though.
Khalil in front of the net. Nobody there. Goes out of play. It'll be Pirates ball.
Yeah, just not enough hustle from Campbell to get back. Oh, they're going to say it took a deflection. No, okay. I was going to say, I thought this was pretty clearly going to be Crystal River ball. VHS was going to pick it up. And I was like, oh, must have been a deflection in there somewhere. I didn't see it and should have known. Trust my own eyes sometimes.
This one played by Porus. Taken away by Crystal River momentarily. Out of play, and it'll be a Buffalo throw-in. Time winding down here in the first half. It's been exciting first half soccer. 4 goals scored. 3 by the Buffalo, 1 by Crystal River. Crystal River trying to survive at this current point. They're lucky that they have a goal on the board there. And it was put in by Faith Holmes, who is looking for big things this season, the junior, as we reach halftime. Drew, it was an exciting first half. Villages, a lot to like about your offense.
Yeah, definitely the offense looking good. And again, this is a team that does not have its leading returning goal scorer with them tonight. So certainly excited about the prospects for this team going forward. And again, Wednesday night we'll get a little bit better picture of what they're going to look like when Kiana Burgos is in the lineup. But yeah, definitely a promising start. Really impressed with what I've seen so far from a couple of these players. Samaya Khalil, I think, has been the biggest standout to this point. But Crystal River on the board with that goal, and worries about the Buffalo defense, again, missing their best defender from last season, best returning defender from last season at the moment. So that could be a potential concern going forward. We'll see what Brian Roush does to address that at halftime.
Scoring got started by Rose Brandsma, who made it 1-0, and then Khalil had 2 straight goals for the Buffalo to make it 3-0 before a goal by Faith Holmes cut that lead to 3-1 from Crystal River. That'll be halftime for Drew Charltree. I'm Kyle Coppola. We're going to take a quick break here on TVCS Live, and we'll come back with the second half in just a moment's time.
Alliant Dermatology is a total care dermatology clinic specializing in skin care diagnosis and treatments, like Mohs surgery, blue light, and vein therapies. We are one of only 2 locations specializing in superficial electron therapies. Our staff is comprised of caring, experienced professionals who are here to help when life throws you a curveball. So don't go it alone. Come see us at Alliant Dermatology.
At Citizens First Bank, we believe in supporting our community and investing in the future of our students. That's why we created the Buffalo Charity Checking Account.
I'm Trey Mann, former basketball player at the Villages High School, currently in the NBA playing for the Charlotte Hornets. I'm proud to support our students with Citizens First Bank's Buffalo Charity Checking Account. Join me in making a difference today.
If you're looking for that special place to call home and become part of a community where neighbors are more like family, we invite you to discover Middleton, a family-friendly community conveniently located surrounding the state-of-the-art, newly expanded campus of the Villages Charter School and the up-and-coming Middleton downtown featuring all your daily conveniences. To learn more about Middleton and the wide variety of homes, we encourage you to come visit Middleton.
A great place to call home.
No problem. We got you covered.
I should share this with Gladys.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe she posted that.
I'm the Crushinator. Crush the candies.
I thought those were huge. That is huge.
Mike Scott Plumbing, keeping you connected one flush at a time.
Romac Building Supply is a proud Platinum Bison sponsor and a supporter of the Villages Charter High School Construction Academy. The Construction Academy, in partnership with Habitat for Humanity of Lake Sumter and local village construction partners, have been constructing homes for well-deserving families for more than 5 years. This innovative housing program of hands-on learning and community service was first in the state of Florida and has already produced future entrepreneurs. The students of the Construction Academy are literally building a better community. Romac Building Supply is a proud sponsor of construction education.
Nationally recognized Salon J. Lee, celebrating 35 years of style and beauty, where highly trained stylists perform the latest cutting techniques, current trends, and advanced treatments, offering a wide range of professional hair care, skin care, makeup, body care, home fragrances, and unique boutique items. Salon J. Lee, dare to be fabulous. Proudly serving the residents of the Villages community with 3 convenient locations, including our newest location in Magnolia Plaza.
are back here on TVCS Live. Kyle Copel alongside Drew Charltree bringing you all the action. Villages up 3-1 here at the Villages Charter High School. The first of our preseason games here. We'll have another one on Wednesday night, and our doubleheader, we had Mount Dora Christian Academy draw Belleview earlier here tonight. Bellevue was up in that game 1-0, and eventually Mount Dora Christian Academy, with 5 minutes left, was able to draw that game. And you saw that earlier here on TVCS Live. And for the Villages, they're up 3-1. They looked really good in that first half, Drew.
Yeah, right up until that goal with just a couple of minutes left. But, yeah, really after the water break, figured out how to exploit the gap in that Mount Dora, or excuse me, not Mount Dora, still stuck on the previous game, in that Crystal River formation where they've got so much space between the midfield and back line, really targeting that with some runs through the middle there. And that seemed to work well. We'll see if they're able to go back to that well, or if Crystal Rivers made some adjustments over the halftime period here, and then how VHS will adjust to that in turn will be interesting to see.
So the Buffalo up 3-1, and scoring got started there by Rose Brandsma, who's a junior forward for the Buffalo this season. Got things started off really good, but we were really impressed by Smaya Khalil, who was able to put in 2 goals for the Buffalo.
Yeah, she's looked outstanding so far, coming in as advertised. Again, talking to the coaches leading up to tonight about the kind of potential that they believe that she has. Again, young player, but ultra talented. You can see the speed, the ball handling already is pretty elite for the high school level, and as just a freshman. So very excited to see what she does in the second half, of course, in the season going forward, and then very bright career, it would seem, for the young phenom.
So the Buffalo come back out 35 minutes in this second half, and they'll try to get off to a roaring start here for the season. Try to get off to a 1-0 advantage here in the preseason. Buffalo finished last year 10-5 last season. Had a lot of things to cheer about last year. Made the FHSAA playoffs last season. It was a lot of fun to watch some of those players. Emma Johnson, Catherine Perbola, Gianna DiMaggio, Anna Rush. But those players are not here this year, Drew.
Yeah, and again, talk about mid-sized schools. You hit these cycles. You lose a class like that, a lot of times it takes you some time to reload. But I will say Brian Roush, who coached that group for a long, long time, he's excited about the chemistry that he thinks this group is going to form. And he said there's something about, bringing a lot of new faces and having a short time to work together that kind of forces everyone to kind of bond. And he's really impressed with how this group has kind of come together very quickly, and thinks that it's only going to continue to grow that chemistry as this season gets into the early stages.
Maria Torres Lagos will throw it in. Well played in the midfield. Took a while for the Buffalo to get going in the first half. Didn't find the goal till about 12 minutes left in the first half, but once they did, within a 5-minute period, found themselves up 3-0. Both teams feeling each other out early in this second half. This will be taken by the goaltender for Crystal River.
That one's sent up ahead for Anna Pavanelli, I believe that is, out there on the left wing now, just a little bit out of her reach.
Crystal River lost their goaltender as she graduated last year. A lot of their team returning for Crystal River too, including their league goal scorers last season. Crystal River finished 5-13 last season. Trying to push the ball early here is Crystal River, and they did not have a lot of offense in the first half, but they were able to find the back of the net in the final 2 minutes of the first half with Faith Holmes.
Yeah, just a corner kick that rolled across the face of the net and no one there to clear it, and Pirates capitalized right there, and we get a foul now going against Crystal River. The ball's going to come back to about the 27-yard line of the football field, but yeah, interesting. It looks like Crystal River's in a bit of a 3-4-3 formation now and try to get a little bit of offense going forward, but still leaving that big gap in the back. And again, VHS, if they can get on the front foot, showed that they can exploit it.
Buffalo will throw this one in. That's Torres. Booted up ahead.
Yeah, just a little bit too long. No one making the run from this right side, or through the center for that matter.
Pavanelli gets the start in the second half of the Buffalo, number 17 out there. Dougherty out there as well. In the center of the field here by Khalil. Khalil with an opportunity. Looking for a hat trick tonight is Khalil. What a way to start off her varsity career.
Oh, Dougherty sending one across. Keeper not quite able to handle it, but soft press from the middle for VHS and able to get back on top of it there.
Put it out into the center of the field. Buffalo with their first opportunity of the second half there. Couldn't turn it into another goal there. 3 goals on the night so far for the Buffalo. Been impressed with a great many players, and this isn't even, as that's a tough challenge there. And one of the Buffalo players holding their knee. Oh man, that's Khalil. Not what you want to see.
I think maybe just a little bit shaken up. Might have got whacked in the face right there as the fouling player came down. But
yeah, great to see her get up too, because obviously 2 goals here this evening. She's going to be a big part of this Buffalo offense, Drew.
Yeah, I really like the combination with her and Doherty from that right side. The two of them seem to already have some instant chemistry, and Doherty's got 2 assists to her on the evening. And when you add Kiana Burgos into this group, whether she's playing at the 9 or if she's on the opposite wing or if she and Khalil kind of alternating through the midfield, I think they're going to have a lot of opportunities to work. It's been kind of a back and forth between the 2 of them. I think you can kind of triangulate that with 3 of them really well. Already picturing that for this Buffalo team. I think that's going to be a lethal combination up front.
Dougherty. Taken away by Crystal River. Now 5 minutes into this second half. Buffalo have maintained possession of the ball just like they did in the first half most of the period so far. Nearly a fast break opportunity there. You mentioned in the first half that Crystal River did have a couple of fast break opportunities.
Yeah, and right there, Elena Ventura stepping into that one, and she got beat on one that she stepped to a little bit late in the first half, and now chasing this one down and turn it back outside and then played out of bounds. And Maria Torres Lagos right there opting to give Crystal River the throw in here. I feel like VHS probably should have tried to turn that back up field. I think that, especially if there was a time to risk it, it's a preseason game where the result doesn't matter. But I mean, safety first and everything like that. But I think that this was a good opportunity for them to try to do something a little bit more ambitious with the ball there from the defensive end.
Here's Dougherty. She's going to have an opportunity in front. Oh, nearly found Alava in front of the net.
Khalil winning it back, though.
Khalil taking a shot in on net, and this one is going to be handled by the keeper. But, yeah, good offensive attack there for the Villages.
Yeah, great counter right there. That was good to see. Got the numbers back, and that ball was, inches away from connecting with the lava right there. Obviously, got to have a quality finish on a ball like that, but, that was awfully close. And one thing that Violet Dougherty's always done in her career here at VHS, she's been able to play good crosses from that right wing, and I think the way that she's moving now, it looks like she's gotten a little bit taller from last season. She's definitely putting a little bit more pace on the ball. And so I think that if she's continued to improve in that right wing spot, she's going to be such an asset for this team. She already has been, but now I think becomes even more of a plus player for the Buffalo. And that could actually be a huge difference maker for them. One thing that they've struggled with the last couple of years is getting good service into the box for the strikers. And so I think that, again, if she's playing good crosses from the right side, they're going to see a lot more opportunities this season.
Nadia Lava, one of 5 seniors on the team this season. Buffalo with an opportunity here. The shot taken by the keeper. So, you mentioned some of the senior players here. It's really a young team, though, overall.
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, the coaches are excited about that. Between the youth on this team and the JV team being made up largely of middle schoolers, they're excited about being able to develop a group over the next 3-4 years here. But they do think that they've got the veteran players. Again, talk about Counter Burgos, Tadasa Tasinski, some of the others.
Oh, man, that was a heck of a a crash right there.
Yeah, a lot of bodies in that collision.
That was Khalil and Foster. Great to see those two players get up.
Yeah. But there enough veteran presence, though, on this team to be competitive this year. You're not reliant entirely on a bunch of first-year players kind of trying to find their way. You do still have some staples on this team that you can rely on. So I think that it'll be really interesting to see kind of how this hybrid roster works, this mix of a handful of vets, but also, a lot of these up-and-comers that are kind of the future of the program as well.
Free kick opportunity here for Doherty. 26 minutes to go in the second half. Buffalo with a 3-1 advantage. They'd love to extend that. Khalil looking for the hat trick and kicked away by Crystal River. Was it deflected by the Buffalo? Just some substitutions happening here for the Buffalo.
Looks like we're going to see Casey Sheen get her first action. And I believe that Brandsma just made her way back onto the field as well.
So Brandsma comes back on. She has a goal this evening. Here's Doherty. Trying to get an advantage, nearly had it. Good defense by Crystal River. Doherty was just a step or two away maybe from being able to put that in the back of the net.
Oh, and then gave it away right there. It was a good job by Isabella Martinez to win that one back, and Doherty didn't pick a target before she made that pass.
And knocked out a play by the Buffalo, so that'll be Crystal River ball. Crystal River trying to cut this to 1. Haven't been a lot of opportunities for Crystal River in the second half, but they do have a goal on the board. It was scored by Faith Holmes. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. For Crystal River, that's a player they're going to have to rely on this year, as Faith Holmes had 9 goals last season. Gracie Ulrich hasn't really been a factor so far this season. As here we have the Buffalo coming down. Here's Doherty. Doherty with a heck of an effort here. Doherty still with the ball. Can she put it in the net?
And just
Triple
winning
teamed.
battle after battle.
Khalil! Oh! Hat trick for Khalil! Goal number 3 of the evening, and the Buffalo up 4-1.
A heck of a VHS debut tonight. I mean, just outstanding. And we saw when they started to get her the ball a little bit in that first half and kind of turn her loose, a little bit of what she was capable of, and then a great job right there getting on that ball in the middle of the field, wins one matchup with a defender, and then just tucks one under the hand of the goalkeeper to score her 3rd of the night and restore VHS 3-goal lead.
4-1, and the Buffalo go back up by 3. What a start of the season from Samaya Khalil. A hat trick to begin the year.
Hard to picture a better debut for a player. Obviously just preseason here, but looking forward to what she has in store for us when the regular season begins.
Kiana Burgos also had potentially a hat trick in her debut. I'm not sure if she did or not. I have to check.
I believe her
those
regular
statistics.
season debut she did last year. I can't remember preseason, but I do think she had. I do think she did have 3 in that opener against Wildwood.
So what a debut for the Buffalo's newest forward, Samaya Khalil. Had 2 in the first half and 1 here in the second half. The goal came about 10 minutes into the second half. And Buffalo now with a 4-1 advantage. Crystal River has not had any answers offensively. to compete with the Buffalo here tonight. They've shown flashes of it here. Good defense there by the Buffalo.
Yeah, just taking that ball away.
One of the things Villages did really well last year, Drew, was their play at the midfield.
Yeah, I thought the midfield was pretty strong last year, both offensively and defensively. They did a really good job. I think they protected a defense that, despite having two really good center backs, was not always the most solid, but they kept them out of a lot of danger. Did a good job of keeping the ball on the offensive side of the field and avoided a lot of tough positions. See if that's something that they can continue to do here this season.
Brandsma going to have to take the long walk over to get that ball on the far side as it went out of play. 22 minutes remain in this game. The Buffalo up 4-1. They'll end up getting Belleview in their next game, and it'll be a 5:30 game on Wednesday night for the Buffalo, and you'll also get Mount Dora Christian Academy taking on Crystal River. Second games of our Buffalo preseason, so it'll be a fun one. Big shout out to Mount Dora Christian Academy. They are in Class 2A. Had a draw with Bellevue here today. Bellevue in Class 5A, and they scored in the last 5 minutes of that game, so that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, late equalizer in that first one. A lot of drama there at the end after a relatively quiet first 65 or so minutes.
It was. Bellevue scored like 5 minutes into the game, and then Mount Dora Christian Academy, they struggled in that first half, made some adjustments, and were able to do some things in that second half, eventually find the goal and the equalizer. Here, the Buffalo up 4-1. A lot more scoring in this one, and we have a corner kick opportunity in front of the net, and it's kicked out by the Buffalo. It'll be a goal kick coming up here for Crystal River.
Pretty good corner right there from Brandsma. Ended up right on the foot of Khalil. She just ended up taking it on a little bit of a short hop right there. Puts it wide left, but you can get corners like that out of Brandsma. You're going to get a couple goals off of it this season.
Certainly. Brandsman's played a really good game here tonight thus far. Of course, once you get Kiana Burgos back and Tanya Wynn, team's going to be looking. That's a shot in on net. Doherty, and it's taken by the keeper.
Yeah, really, really liking the potential of this offensive group here based on what we've seen tonight. If you're playing Brandsma on the left and then Doherty on the right, who looks like she's ready to take on a much bigger role for this VHS team after handling a lot of responsibilities as a middle schooler. And then, again, you're adding Burgos and Khalil already looking so good for this team. That's a really, really strong group to have up top. I think that that's going to be a really capable and potentially really potent group to play this year.
Just under 20 minutes remaining in this contest. Buffalo up big right now, 4-1. Looking to take win number 1 of the season. It doesn't count toward the regular season, but coming out and getting a win against Crystal River will be good for their chances this season. Of course, in a new district this season, Drew.
Yeah, much tougher district as well. Again, the last couple of years, this group with Lake Weir and Denellen and some of these teams that have gone through some struggles recently in soccer on both the boys and the girls' sides, not provided a lot of competition in district play. That will not be an issue this year. Lake Highland Prep and Montverde Academy, two of the best teams in Central Florida, going to be in the Buffalo's new district.
Tough tackle made there. They'll rule it Crystal River ball.
Yeah, Isabella Martinez getting in, trying to win that one away.
See how the defense for the Buffalo stacks up this season. Like you mentioned last year, Drew, Gianna DiMaggio was such a force for the Buffalo last season. Buffalo had a really good defense last year and had some cracks in it, like you said, but just trying to piece some things together and figure it out this season.
Yeah, and I think that Brian Roush, based on what we've seen so far, has done a good job of putting together a lineup that works. Again, he's not got all the pieces of the puzzle available to him right now, but again, I was talking to him before the game tonight. I was like, if there's two players that you don't really need to see in preseason from last year's team, Tanya Wynn and Kiana Burgos, two that you know what you're getting with those two, right? You got a really good center back, you got a really good forward who's capable of playing in the midfield. I don't think that he's particularly worried about how they're going to fit in with this group because they are such good players, and I think he's very comfortable with them already.
Approaching the water break here at the Villages Charter High School. 4-1 the score. A hat trick here tonight by Samaya Khalil, who has played an excellent game for the Buffalo as we had a whistle and a stoppage of play. And that will be the water break. So we are halfway through the second half here. Drew, what are your thoughts on half number 2?
Well, it's been a little bit more of the same. VHS doing a good job with possession. They've not gotten those runs that they've been looking for, but I do like what I'm seeing from Violet Doherty on the outside. I think that's been the biggest thing in this second half. She's making good runs. She's playing good crosses. Got to continue getting that from the right side, and then get it from the left as well with Brandsma. She's been a little bit more of a take on the right and then run in towards the goal, which viable way to attack as well. I just think what Crystal River's giving you with that 3 in the back and all that space between the back line and the midfield really favors what Darty's doing. Getting a runner through the middle and then trying to get them a feed, whether it's from the outside or through the middle. I think that VHS needs to kind of try to go back to that a little bit, but Brian Roush is also taking pieces in and out and moving players around, so it's going to be hard for them to get into any real kind of rhythm here tonight, but all in all, positive for the Buffalo.
About 17 minutes and 19 seconds to go here in half number 2. The Buffalo well on their way to winning their first game of the season. Crystal River looking for some more offense if they can find it in half number 2. Crystal River will also be playing in a matchup coming up, and that'll be against Mount Dora Christian Academy coming up on Wednesday. Part 2 of our doubleheader here, the Buffalo Preseason Classic. And we'll have the boys team playing tomorrow night. Drew, that should be a fun one.
Yeah, interested to see how that team turns out. A lot of these players, veterans, you talk about last year losing a bunch of players from this girls team. That's what VHS boys are in for next year. This class with Joel Hernandez, Lance O'Rourke, Tanner Flynn, Owen Sagitano. I mean, they've been playing together forever. So, if it's, you hit those cycles, eventually it's time for them to go. But I think that this is a group that came into last year looking really strong at the start of the season. I think that they are very determined. They've wanted to be that first group to make it through that Final Four. I think VHS, they've hit cycles with some of these classes. The class of 2022 was really strong. The class of, I believe it was 2019, really, really strong. The group back in the day with Uziel and Abiel Hernandez, Joel's older brothers, really, really strong. And they have been knocking on the doorstep of that state Final Four and contending for a state championship for a long time now. And this group of seniors wants to be the one that finally gets them there. And I think they've got the potential to do it. A handful of them have been playing together club soccer over at Brave SC in Summerfield in the offseason. They're looking good playing in the National Sunshine Conference this fall. They've done a really good job so far, undefeated to this point in the year, that group. So hopefully they can bring some of that momentum and, again, just further developed chemistry into this season and get a strong start. But what they really need this year is a strong finish. So I'll be interested to see how they begin things. But the story for the boys is really going to be how that season ends for them this year.
The Brave SC, and then, of course, the Buffalo Stampeders program in the area. Villages does a great job with their programs here in the area, and really for all of Sumter County and the surrounding counties to be able to play for squads like that is so important, and it's been fun to watch the last couple of years that continue to build as well. Khalil looking for goal number 4 here. Taken away there momentarily. Kept in here by the Buffalo, though.
Yeah, Pora's just a little bit heavy on her touch and able to win it back there with Sheehan.
Crystal River looking to transition here. Chased down by the Buffalo and knocked out of bounds. And that's Casey Shaheen, the senior defender for the Buffalo. Throw in here by Lockley. Stomany. Ball on the left side, and it's out of play. Be a throw in for the Buffalo. Shaheen throws it in. Martinez battling in the midfield, eventually won here by the Buffalo.
Khalil coming to eventually take that ball away.
This one's going to be kicked into Buffalo territory. It's taken by the Villages, knocked upfield. Under 14 and a half minutes to play in this game. The Buffalo with a 4-1 lead here. Looking for win number 1 in their second season here at the H.G. Morse Range. Beautiful new school here at the Villages Charter High School. You couldn't hope to play anywhere more beautiful.
Yeah, year number 2 hasn't really gotten old yet. the site here, absolutely incredible facilities at the new VHS site.
Yeah, it really is. If you haven't seen it, I love watching the teams come in here and just looking around. They're like, wow, it's a high school.
Yeah.
Really exciting things here, too. I mean, this facility right here that we are at is going to be hosting the FHSA A-Class Rural Football Championships, as well as the Sunshine State Athletic Conference, the Rural Championships for them as well. Got to give a shout out to my Umatilla Bulldogs. They're hosting their first playoff game in 10 years, Drew, coming up this Friday night. So good for them.
Awesome what that program has done. Eric Samuels, just a great guy at the helm of that program. Excited to see him continue to elevate things in Umatilla. From a rebuilding standpoint, obviously that's a program that went through the doldrums for a while there. And, an alum who comes back is always a good story. And it's nice to see a good story that also shows results as well.
Finished the regular season 5-4, and they're going to have an opportunity to host a quarterfinal matchup at Umatilla this weekend. So congratulations and a shout out to them. We got some fun soccer being played here tonight. Villages starting the season off looking for a preseason victory here against Crystal River in the final 13 minutes of this one. Going to be a throw in here from Shaheen.
I think VHS has another goal in them. And I'll tell you what, if I was Brian Roush, oh, hang on.
Might happen right here. Buffalo with an opportunity. Oh, nearly a shot in on net. Still kept in by the Buffalo. Played up high.
Ooh.
Shot to the right, and that was taken by Brandsma, looking for goal number 2.
I don't mind that try right there. You get a little bit of space on that turn. Just didn't quite pull it inside the right post there. But as I was about to say, for these last 10 minutes coming up here, if I'm Brian Roush, I would tell my team, hey, play these last minutes like we're down a goal and we need one. Like it's a knockout game, and we need a goal to either equalize or win. Just because I'm curious now what this team looks like with that kind of necessary urgency. I think that they've been pretty comfortable for most of the night. They haven't faced a lot of pressure, but I also don't feel like since they've been able to get ahead since early on, they haven't maximized their press against Crystal River. And I think that it'd be worth seeing, what they could do in a must-score situation and what this attack could really become.
And we've yet to see the Villages truly under pressure so far this season. Of course, the first game of the year, but that'll come in time. Buffalo with a pretty difficult schedule this year, Drew.
Yeah, definitely some challenges in there along the way, and that's to say nothing of when we get into the district play, which I've already talked about. But Lake Mineola, Westport, Mount Dora Christian, who we saw earlier tonight, Forest, always tough. Lecanto got a win here against them last year. Mount Dora used to be a huge rivalry for them, and then finishing up the season at home against Vanguard on January 16th. So plenty of good games coming their way. I think that Brian Roush did a similar thing this year. Some of these games early, North Marion, Trinity Catholic, North Marion again, in the first three. Those are games that VHS can kind of get out there and get a feel for what they are, what they need to do, which is good early on in the season, especially for a team that, again, has so much turnover from last season, has so many players who are either in new positions or new roles, things like that. And so I think that was a good way for him to build out the schedule. But by the time you get to the end of this thing, they're going to have to be playing some really good soccer to keep that record up at the end. And I think that that's all geared towards making them as competitive as possible when they get into the regional play.
Some pretty good local games on the schedule this year. Is taken by Crystal River. 4-1 the score with just under 10 minutes to go. You got Lake Mineola on there. You got a couple of pretty good games. Of course, Montverde Academy in their district this season, so that's going to be interesting come district time. But a lot of fun games on there. Vanguard to end the season. That's going to be a tough one as well.
Yeah, those teams from Ocala on the girls' side always play so tough. Westport, Forest, and Vanguard, always great games with VHS. They play those three every year, it seems, and just always great battles.
Lots of talent up in the Ocala area. Of course, we are in the Villages here, about an hour north of Orlando.
Well, Middleton, actually a little bit less
yeah,
from down
now.
here. Yeah, yeah. Old campus, just over an hour away from here, closer to 45 minutes.
Not a bad place to live and play. Of course, Middleton, the family community here in the Villages. Village is a beautiful, sprawling retirement community nestled in Central Florida here, and it has exploded with growth and opportunity for not only seniors to live and play, but also for families as well. And you've got this beautiful new campus here at the H.G. Morris Range, the new Villages High School that opened last year. And it still impresses people. They walk in here. They had a swim meet going on earlier today, and some of the teams were coming in here just looking at the Olympic-sized swimming pool right there. I mean, pretty nice to have that on campus. A lot of schools don't have their own schools on campus, of course.
Pretty rare. Not something you see walking onto most high school campuses around the state.
You have a swimming pool on campus, but to have an Olympic-sized swimming pool on campus, nonetheless, the 2020 Japanese Olympic swimming pool on campus. So we got 7.5 minutes to go. We got a change here. We've got Taylor Bridges coming in. That's Cliff Bridges' sister, I believe.
Yep. 7th grader making her way onto the pitch.
I believe that's the first action that she's seen, actually, in her varsity career. So welcome Taylor Bridges out here, 7th grader. I mean, think about that, too, the way that she's going to be able to develop the next couple of years.
Yeah, we've seen it forever with this girls team here at VHS. They've always had players that have started in the middle school ages and worked their way through. Think about Tanya Nguyen. Obviously, she's also a 7th grader, started last year as a 6th grader, but Violet Darty came up as a 7th grader. Back in the day, Delaney Stratinger, I believe, made her debut as an 8th grader. Gianna DiMaggio as a 7th grader. So, I mean, there's a long history of this at VHS. Players that in their middle school years play their way into critical roles and then develop into some of the best players in this program. So, interested to see if there's a similar path ahead for young Miss Bridges.
Nice open field tackle made there by the Buffalo. Oh, that's a tough challenge there. Referees let it play on. That is Isabella Martinez.
Oh, that ball right there just not wanting to trickle out of bounds, and Crystal River able to punt it back down the field. VHS still in possession, but very nearly had a difficult time moving it back into the attacking end.
Taken away by Crystal River. They've settled down since letting that fourth goal in. Buffalo still looking for yet another one, though. Just about 5.5 minutes remain in this game. This one taken. Here's an opportunity for the Buffalo in front of the net. Oh, good defense there by Leitonen. Crystal River wins it for now. They're going to send this one upfield. Big moment there, thwarted by Crystal River. Shot in on net and taken.
Not a bad try right there from Dougherty. Really good turn. Obviously, got to elevate that a little bit more if you're going to challenge a goalkeeper. But, I mean, nicely placed in terms of the angle. Not high enough again, but promising.
Here's a lady with 3 goals here tonight. Khalil sends it forward. She has a hat trick this evening. Opportunity here for the Buffalo. Crystal River kicks this one out of the attacking zone. Boy, they have not been able to sustain anything offensively in the second half, unlike the first half where they had a couple of opportunities, Drew.
Yeah, it's been a tough go for the Pirates here throughout these last 30 or so minutes. Yeah, like you said, they got a couple of good counters, a couple of runs. Obviously, the set-piece goal that they scored just before halftime, and nothing of the sort here in this half, although a little bit of pressure here from them now. Looks like they are going to get another corner kick try.
Well, they have 1 goal off of the corner kick here this evening from Faith Holmes, who put the Pirates on the board late in the first half. We are now late in the second half, so can Crystal River do it again? It'll be taken by Sienna Calloway. Third on the team in goals last year was Calloway. Oh, this is a good one right in the center. Oh, they can't capitalize on it. And cleared out by the Buffalo.
Well, big takeaway for Brian Roush. Even though that one didn't score, that ball got through far too easily. Set-piece defense, I think, is going to have to be a focus over the rest of this week before they get into the regular season next Wednesday.
Khalil, another opportunity for her. She's on sides. Khalil looking for goal number 4. Looking for an assist. A shot is just off to the right. And it was taken by Brandsma.
Well, you comped her to Emma Johnson earlier. And Emma Johnson, as much as she did score, was good for 1 or 2 of those a game as well.
Emma Johnson had a cannon for a leg.
Oh, yeah, absolute
100%.
monster boot. Yeah.
I mean, she would kick the ball, and it might clear, nearly go out. I mean, it's hard to get a ball to go out of the park here at the Villages Charter High School, but man, she had a heck of a leg.
By the way, Emma, if you're listening, all in good fun. She was a heck of a player, man. So fun to be around, too. Just absolutely stellar kid.
21 goals last year.
Yeah. I mean, just great to see her develop into such an attacking force after spending the early part of her career on the defense. And but just always such a great energy to her as well. Just always upbeat in practices. Every time I would show up to the VHS girls soccer practice, she was the loudest player on the field, always bringing up the group. Great to have her as part of this program, and hope that she's up to nothing but good things now.
2 minutes remaining in the contest. 4-1 lead for the Buffalo as they look to take the first preseason game of the season at the H.G. Morse Range. And what a way to do it. Hat trick for Khalil, the freshman here tonight. What a way to start your varsity career as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that she necessarily felt she had to prove anything to the coaches who were already so impressed with her after just a week of practice. But if there was anything left to prove, I think she did it here tonight.
This one's a ball in and taken by the Crystal River goaltender. That was actually a pretty good shot.
A really good try right there from Martinez. I wasn't sure she had that. We've seen her kind of play some balls forward. We've seen her turn a couple of shots, but that one I thought might have had a chance right there. Again, good job by the goalkeeper to get up and secure that one comfortably, but tested her for a moment.
Minute to go in the game now. The Buffalo looking for goal number 5. This one's going to be kicked out of play, and that'll be a goal kick coming up here for the Buffalo. For Crystal River.
Yeah, no real intended target on that pass, but as we wind down in the final minutes, it will do the trick of more or less ending this one. VHS, if they can win it back here, might have one more opportunity as this one comes right to Khalil.
Khalil, 3 goals on the night for her. Successful debut for Khalil for the Buffalo. And very excited about what she's capable of this season. And this one's going to be out of play, so you're going to get a corner kick opportunity here for the Buffalo. With just about 10 seconds remaining, we'll see if they get that far.
Yeah, we'll see if they let this play out to get the corner kick in.
Dougherty's going to take it. Time winding down. And they're not going to get the opportunity. That's going to be the final score. It's going to be 4-1, the final score. The Buffalo get the victory. Drew, your final thoughts?
All positive from the Buffalo for the most part. Again, corner kick defense, Brian, that's your focus, I think, this week. You already know that. But yeah, I'd be excited if I was a VHS coach about what I've seen here. After losing what they lost last season, 10 seniors from last year's roster leaving this program to come out and have some pieces that you can look at and say, yeah, we still look like a team that can compete right away. I'd be pretty excited about that.
Well, for the Villages, it got started from Rose Brandsma, who got the first goal of the game, and then it was 4 straight for Samaya Khalil, and the Buffalo win 4-1 over Crystal River. For my colleague, Drew Charltree, I'm Kyle Coppola. Thanks for watching. We'll be in action tomorrow night. Tune in on TVCS Live. We've got the boys varsity team with their first preseason contest tomorrow evening on TVCS Live. And then we got another doubleheader for you on Wednesday as well. So check your local listings. For everybody here at TVCS Live, we'll see you tomorrow night. Thanks for watching.